Okay, I think I'm live now. So let me first mute me over here. I'm not gonna mute. I'm just gonna. Okay, so today what I'm gonna be doing is just ranking up all the Elden Ring's bosses. I got two lists right here. I'm gonna review which one I believe is kind of like the most complete overall, and then we're gonna be ranking all the bosses from your typical tier list from F to S. That's about it. Hold on, I'm actually hearing myself. Okay, here we go. Great. So that's about it. I want to be ranking the bosses. I'm going to be asking for opinions, comments, whatever you want. And, we'll be taking our time. I want to be using this as a reference. Shout out to them. You can see they have all the bosses listed right here. And they have even the timestamps. So it's actually going to be a good one. So the first list we have, I think it's pretty much the same. What I don't like about this is that it had like some memes around it, like plus times two. This one is a bit more serious. So I think I'm gonna go with this one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this one. By the way, if there's anyone in the chat, please let me know how I'm sounding, how everything looks, because I'm still new with the whole OBS thing, so do let me know. Trying to see over here. Okay. Great. By the way, let me know if the music is too loud or not, if you need me to lower it. Okay. Okay, so let's dive right in, I guess. So the first boss we have right here, I'm gonna close this one actually. The first boss we have right here is actually Adam Teeth of Fire, which is actually one you can find in Liurnia, I believe. When I ever jail, let's see if I can find it right here. I don't like when they do like a list of bosses or characters or whatnot, and they don't make it like in alphabetical order, because I need to like read. I know there was like a way to like search here. I just don't know how. I don't remember how you do it. Okay, so let's go first. I'm gonna use this list right here. Hold on, I need to see how I'm sounding. Do like a list of bosses or characters or whatnot. Do you have a little bit of echo? I'll lower it a little bit to see if my echo improves a little. I know there was like a way to like search here. I just don't know how. Before time, I'm gonna check something quick on the audio, and then I'm gonna. I don't remember how you do it. Okay, so let's go first. I'm gonna use this list right here. Hold on, I need to see how I'm sounding. Do like a list of bosses or characters or whatnot. Do you have a little bit of echo? I'll lower it a little bit to see if my echo improves a little. I know there was like a way to like search here. Just don't know how. So I need to. Before time, I'm gonna check something. To mute myself here first. Is it better? It's better? Okay, so let's go first. I'm gonna use this list right here. Hold on, I need to see how I'm sounding. God, the feedback is just. Anyhow, I think we should be good. So, first, we got Adam the Thief who stole the fire. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna go with C, okay? Because the problem is the the problem with these Evergels, and it's the same like when you fight invaders. They have the same like character, um, character model as you, so the kind of the move set is kind of the same. But still, I mean, the fact that he has a cool name, and for some reason, he's the one that gives you one of the legendary sorceries or incantations that you're supposed to use to get the trophy if you play on or achieving if you play on Xbox. Uh, but it's actually quite easy. So to make a fight that's supposed to give you like a legendary thing, and to make it that easy, I mean, it's I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that one. Now, Alabaster Lore, is this the one that is on the Evergel, or is this the one that is on the tunnel where you fight the other Astel? I'm guessing by the picture, it's actually the one that you fight on the Evergel. And I mean, I like it, I guess. It's just that my main problem with him is my main problem with this guy. I keep trying to see how can I look for him. Look for things here. I don't like it. Hold on. Let's see if I can. This should be enough. Not pumpkin hand with humans. Patches got to flying. And they're not here either, so I cannot. Hold on. I'm trying to see if I can find Alabaster here, but I don't think he's on this list. Which is stupid, because asshole natural born. You know what? I'm just gonna open a new tab. Let's go to YouTube. Let's go with on Alabaster Lord. Here we go. Does anyone see? That's the thing. You actually fight him a couple of times. You have one that is on the Lake of Rot, and then you got one that's on a cave on the Forbidden Frozen Lands. So my main problem with this guy is that actually he's supposed to like lore wise he's supposed to be like a good, you know, like a big deal. He's supposed to be like a big deal. No, I don't want commentary on this one. So he's supposed to be like a big deal because lore-wise, he's actually one of the people that brought gravity magic to the lands between, and actually he's one of the guys that is supposed to have taught Radam his gravity magic. So the fact that you actually fight an Alabaster lore, even though I think this one is actually a projection, the fact that you actually fight him, and no matter where you encounter him, almost all the time he's going to be like a really easy fight. To me, it's just I don't know. It's just disappointing to see someone that lore-wise is so good and so important, and then when you fight him, it's like you can 2-3 shot him. You know what I mean? It's that's one of the main problems with this. And he has a cool moveset. Don't get me wrong, but it's just he's kind of like anticlimactic. And I know most people don't care about lore, but I do, and I'm making this list, so I do care about the fact that the Alabaster Lord, who's one of the people that actually brought or created the gravity magic, is so easily, so like meh in this game, you know. So I don't know, it feels weird, and I think just because of that, I'm gonna put it on. Actually, yeah, on meh. Yes. Alecto. Actually, I don't know if you fight on Aerogel as well. I think you do. Let me see if I can find it on the main list. I think I'm gonna be able to find to use this list now that I think about it. Lecto. I don't think I'm gonna be able to actually use this list because I don't know how to. I know that there's a way for me to look here so I can use these commands, but I don't I don't remember actually how to do it. I could look it up, but anyhow, like I said, Alabaster is kind of a meh boss. Let's go with. Hold on, I don't need to. Let's go with Alec. No, hold on. Sorry, brother. Electo Black Knight Assassin. Is she the ringleader? Yes, she's the ringleader. I just want like a showcase of her. No, this is a one shot. Come on. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with. Yeah. Shocking! Someone using a samurai build. Anyway, why are you offering? So here's the thing: those guys are actually those those enemies are actually kind of really good, and are one of the few enemies that I've never quite got the hang of it. You know, but the main problem with these guys is actually the fact that no matter how good they are, if you make a boss and then you just throw a bunch of them throughout the lands between, throughout the war, it's just gonna, less the experience. It's gonna take away from the experience because no matter how good this boss is, right? You're going to find them first. So to me, making a boss out of a boss fight, making a boss fight out of a regular enemy type, is just it's actually kind of cheating. If this had maybe like a different move set, or maybe has like a good implication or something, like I don't know, like you fight this at the end of someone's quest line, like maybe Rannis' quest line, or I don't know, like if you actually got to fight this particular assassin, Alecto, at the end of a specific quest line or a specific area or castle or whatever, that would be good. The fact that it's just laying around on Evergel on the I think this is in Leonia or maybe Altus Plateau. I don't know. I think this is Leonia. It's just meh again. So I'm just gonna put it back on meh with Alabaster. Ancestors. Hold on. I'm gonna actually put the really good ones at the end. Ancient Heroes some more. Actually, kind of like this one. Mm, Ancient Heroes some more. Come on. Come on, where are you? I'm gonna have to keep looking for them. Ancient Heroes some more. There you go. Now let's see who's here. Come on YouTube. I mean, the fact that you need a list to beat this guy is just. I mean. Okay, I'm gonna go with this one again. Yeah, we got the ads. I don't. If someone knows how to actually look for something within a YouTube video, please do let me know because I'm having a hard time actually finding things on this list. I know you can do it because I've seen other people do it. I just never bother with seeing how they did it. Anyhow, so this is. Do you have voice commentary? Particularly. Yes, you do. Okay. So my problem with Ancient Hero some more is that he actually is quite good. But the same with Alabaster and Electo, you actually do find him several times throughout the game. You find him once on, I think it's on a catacomb, I believe, on a cave, and then he's actually like a regular enemy when you step outside on the Forbidden Frozen Land, right where Shaviri is. So, and they actually do take a lot of damage, those guys. They are quite tough. But the fact that you make a boss fight out of a regular enemy that you could just find around, just, anywhere in the game, it's just, I mean, it annoys me. It annoys me a lot. Because I do get that you have to make like a open world game, but I mean, it kind of takes away from the experience having to fight the same guy several times, and one of them as a boss fight. And maybe if the boss fight were like the boss fight version of an enemy were like stronger or had like a different skills or like a different move set, would be good. But they are the same. And I know that's something that also happens to all of the From Software games, like Capra Demon, which is one of the main bosses you fight on the beginning of Dark Souls 1. You actually do encounter him, several of them, at the end of the game in the lava zone. I don't remember the name of the area. So I think I'm gonna have to go with May again, just because now Astel. I'm gonna leave you guys for later because I have some really hot takes on those guys. You can search with F3 on the list. What? Okay. Oh, I can. Okay, and now I know how to look for something. Okay, so what was I? Yeah, we're done with Electo. So actually, let's get you out of here because now I got big list. So who's next? Battle Mage Huge. But oh, he's actually not in this list. Okay, so let's go. I guess I just closed it too quick. God, my eyes is killing me today. So hold on. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of. I'm not gonna lie. It's actually kind of. I feel kind of bad talking again about these guys, especially when you take into consideration the fact that it's almost all the time going to be the same. Every time we encounter a boss that is actually a regular enemy, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, this is repetitive. So I don't think I'm gonna actually show him. Beastman from Ferrum Azula. Is this a boss fight? I think this is one that you found in the beginning of the game, maybe, but I don't remember him being a boss fight. And if it is, I'm gonna go with Taro, because fuck it, I don't care. So, who we got next? We got Bellbearing Hunter. Okay, I do. Oh god, these guys. Bell. Please tell me you have them. Bellbearing Hunter. Here we go. Yes, we do. Now, I do have a lot of problem with this, guys. Let me lower the sound. Maybe make myself a little bit louder. Okay, good. So, my main issue with these guys... Actually, these guys... despite the fact that they're like bosses that you do find several times in the game, I don't dislike them because almost all of them are actually quite hard. In fact, not this one. Actually, I don't know which one is this. But the one that you find in Caleb on the area where you buy the samurai set, he's actually quite hard. I actually fought him after I beat Elden Beast and Ranam, and he was actually quite hard. So these guys actually require one. They require a lot of skills. Dude, they make a lot of damage, and at least for me, I had a really hard time learning their moveset. For some reason, I fought them like 5 times. I think there was one in the Shaded Castle, and then there's another one on each of these locations. And I could never learn their moveset. It's I hate them, but I hate them because they are hard. Kind of like the same love-hate relationship you have with like Melania or Margit even. The same happens here. I actually do like this boss, mechanically speaking, but God, I hate fighting with him so much. Let's go. I'm gonna go with good with this guy because I actually kind of enjoy him. Uh, so who's next? Black Blade Kindred. Black Blade. I don't. God, there's so many of these guys. Black. Come on. Okay, you're right. Black Blade Kindred. Here we go. What is this one? Oh, I see who you are. Okay, so these are the gargoyles. I have two main issues with the gargoyles. One, when you fight this one, which is the one that has the spear and the axe, I believe, yes, he's actually good. And then there's another one that's on Caleb, near the, I think it's called the Beast Sanctuary? Something like that, I don't know. My problem with, when you fight them individually, they're actually quite good. And I enjoy fighting them because they have like a classic From Software feel to them, like almost like Dark Souls 1 and 2 kind of vibe, and I like them. My problem is that you actually do fight them together, combined, on I think it's on Noxtella's Aqueduct, I believe. Right on the entrance of I think it's one of is that Rennie's quest line? No, that's actually Fia's quest line, I believe. When you go to the roots, that's when you go into the coffin and stuff. So yes, they are good. This one is actually quite good, but then again, you have to fight him together. So I mean, I'm gonna go with good. Just kind of, I don't want to put everyone on. No, he's actually quite good. He is good. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna take away from him. Black Knight Assassin. See what? I'm not even gonna look for the video. I'm just gonna go with Meh because it's the same problem as Elector. It's just a weaker version of Elector, actually. Bloodhound Knight Darrell. My problem with I have a problem with. I actually like him. The issue with this guy is he's the one that gave us Bloodhound Step, which if you ever have been into Elden Rings' PvP, you know the feeling, the PTSD you get from this thing. But overall, I think he's okay. I mean, he's not bad. Volscarian Knight. Volscarian Knight. Volscarian Knight. Volscarian Knight. Hold on. Okay. A second. Volscarian Knight. Who are you? I don't know who you are. Of course, I'm not gonna have you. Come on. Oh, he's the big troll. Okay, okay. I see, I see. Okay, okay. I mean, he ain't bad, but I think this is actually like what? There's two more of these guys. There's this one who is in the Everguild, which is west of Liurnia. I think it's north of the Full Bear Price, which is actually a place where you actually encounter another of these guys. Then you fight another one on the Carrion Manor, which makes sense. And then you fight another one on the Altus. I think it's the Altus Plateau, which is near the Frenzious Flame Village. You know what I'm talking about. So it's just that he's like a stronger version of the trolls. So, and I hate trolls in this game. They're annoying. Oh, I mean, I do like the fact that they sound like Attack on Titans, Titans, and I love that. Their sound is just amazing. But I don't like this guy. I don't like fighting with him. Borealis, the freezing fog. This is the dragon that you fight. That you fight on the Forbidden Frozen Lands. I'm gonna go with okay, because I actually do like dragons in this game, even though they are quite repetitive, most of them at least. Cemetery Shade. Okay. Again, this one in particular has an issue. I do like it. Don't get me wrong. No. Yeah. So here you go. This one actually has a thing. I like it. I like it a lot actually. But just hold on. Let's break this down, shall we? Look at him. He's actually quite scary. You know? I mean, he's not a huge thing, a huge boss fight, but he is scary. I mean, at least to me, he's like a big shadowy thing. You know, I will actually put this guy among the scariest bosses of the game. But the fact that this guy is actually the one that is fighting it, is actually judging by their equipment and the fact that they're still using the wolf. I think this is actually like early on in the game. And still look how much damage he's doing. Yes, he's using like the Yoshigatana, which, yeah, you know, it's kind of like broken. But the fact that he looks so good and he's so weak and doesn't have like a specific attack, I mean, it's I think I'm gonna have to put another tier that is just disappointing. I think I'm gonna add another one. How do I add another? Sure. No, hold on. What did I do? No. Dang it. Go back. Okay. Good. Community ranking. How do I add another one? Add a row above. Okay, I'm gonna go with just this. Forget my grammar, but yeah, just plain and simple disappointing. You know? And on this one, I'm going to put what I do? Oh wait, I never got rid of these guys. Oh god, Astel. So many issues with this guy. Yeah, so I thought I'd say this. Anyway, Cemetery Shade is gonna go straight on disappointing. It's not even terrible, it's just disappointing. It doesn't even get to that. So who's next? Hold on. Pause this. Let's go back here. let's go back here. Okay, it's gonna be best. Who's next? Clean Rod Knight. I mean, it's the same. It's just meh. It's another regular enemy. Actually, you do fight these guys a lot of times as boss. You fight two of them on a cave that's on Kale. And it's like a cave that is also filled with Scarlet Rot, which is stupid. Because, I mean, at that point in the game, you probably don't have, like, Flame Claims Me. So it's just, not even do they gank you, they also, use Rod, which is already a broken mechanic in this game, so... One second. Anyhow, as we were. So, uh, Commander Nile. I actually do like this guy. I think this is the one that you fight on Castle Sol. Out here? Commander Nile, here you go. Yeah, this is the one that you fight at Castle Sol. So I'm gonna put... Oh, they're together, good. So this guy is actually good. Man, why the Mimic tier? I mean, I do understand if you use the Mimic tier to get rid of these two guys, because I did it the first time. But using the Mimic tier to fight the whole thing is it's not ideal, man. It's just not. Hold on, I need to pause this. Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna go. I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back, I guess. We shall see. So, as I was saying, as I were, as it was, we have Commander Nile. He's actually one of the best, like, I'm gonna say, small bosses of the game. Because I mean, I mean, he's not bad, but in terms of like iconic, he's just not it. It's not someone you remember. But he is actually really good. Look at this. Let's see if he. I mean, I want to see if he does like he has like a move where he jumps up in the air and then he like hits you with his wooden leg. Let's see if he does it. Come on, there you go. That one. He's actually so good. And actually so much better of the other commander you fight, which is O'Neill. I'm gonna say. Man, I don't like the fact that I'm seeing this guy Mimic tier this particular boss. Because, I mean, I understand using Mimic tier for, like, the harder bosses, like For example, I love using it on Godfrey because he's actually really good and really hard. And I don't mind using Mimic too because I hate his second phase. The same goes for like Malikev. I hate his second phase. However, using Mimic tier on a medium boss, it's just not the way I play this game, man. I don't want to be that guy, like you shouldn't play this game like this. But I mean, Commander Nile is I mean, he's not that hard. He's actually quite entertaining. When I go and put him on, actually great, and O'Neill, because he's basically like a lesser version. I'm gonna go with okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with okay. Good. Now, Crucible Knight and Crucible Knight Orthovis. The hell are these guys? Okay, so Crucible Knight. Crucible Knight? Let's just... Oh, I see. Okay, they're mixing all the Crucible Knights. Okay, okay, I can see that. Okay, let's go with... I'm gonna showcase Orthovis just because... For some reason. It's here. Which one is this? Yeah, this is the one that is like a dual fight. I mean, I don't mind gang fights. I really don't. But this guys, I mean, and also, why are you using Mimic tier? I mean, just look at that. He's actually taking away like 1/8 of his health like each time he hits, and he's still using Mimic tier. I mean, come on. I understand if you're like on the level and you want to make the boss fight not easier, but at least fair. But in this case, you are clearly overpowered, so it just doesn't make sense. You know, I gotta say about these guys, I do love them, and I love their incantations. The one that's like the shield that you can equip quite early on in the game, it's actually really good for like human-sized bosses or enemies like invaders or even Malenia. I've actually used it on Malenia, and you can actually stagger her, so it's actually really really good. But these guys, I actually like them. I'm gonna go and say they're good. Yeah, they're good. Crucible Knights. Come on, we just did this. Who are you? Which one are you? I mean, come on. This guy is the same. It is not fair. I'm gonna go with meh, because at least a dual fight had the advantages of it being a dual fight. And for Crucible Knight, just because this is most likely the one that you first encounter, because this is in Lingrave. This is south of where you where you where you see what's her name, Roderica. Just because of that, he's actually like probably the first one I want to say is he's okay, but the dual fight at least had the thing that is just a little bit harder. Not much though. Anyhow, Chrysalians, I'm gonna go with meh. I'm gonna go with terrible. I hate the Chrysalians, man. It's just annoying. And there are so many forms of like you fight them in one and two and threes. No, God, I hate those guys. And if you like using katanas, these guys are really annoying because your sword will keep bouncing off them, and he is so annoying. No. God, I wish they remove them. Death Right Birth and Death Birth. So that part, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on okay. Now, Death Ride, I'm gonna go with good, maybe top good, because he's actually better than all of these guys, because there's just two of them. And he is just amazing, man. Actually, he's actually took me like quite some time to beat him, because he's so fast. Although once you realize that you if you hit it right on the head on the skull, you do like insane amount of damage. The boss fight is kind of easier from there, but I mean, just look at him. Also, hold on, let me see if I can pause it at the right time. No, maybe. Hold on, let me show you. Back up. Look at this. You see those things here? Those are soldiers, because these guys are supposed to be like kind of like what in Greek mythology is kind of like uh God, I forgot their names. The things that are supposed to like not embody death. He's kind of like the guy, like the Caronte, like the guy with the chariot that takes you to the underworld. They're kind of like that. So that's why you can see this. And let me see if this video has the the attack. See, you can see them. They're actually soldiers with the spears. Really? Again, mimic here with this guy. Also, this is one of those fights that I believe fighting it with Torrent is not a good idea. Because he is like really fast. And fighting him with Torrent, it would just make it like harder to dodge his attack. So I don't know if Torrent is the way to go with this guy. Come on, do the attack. Come on. He's not gonna do it. He's not gonna do it. Is he? No, he's not. He has one attack. Hold on, hold on. He has one attack that's kind of like the Elden Beast attack, where he shoots like little spears from his wings. He has one too, where each of these soldiers you can see right here, they attack. They throw like spears up the air and they hit you, and it's really good. It's actually quite amazing. It's one of those bosses that is like well balanced, and it's actually like beautiful to watch and fun to fight. You know, it's rare in this game to fight one that has all of those things in just one boss fight. And I kind of don't like the fact that he's just lying around there. You know, you don't like naturally find him if you're following the quest line. Well, I guess you don't naturally find most like good bosses in this game, you know. But sure, I mean he's good, I guess. I'm gonna put him on. Ah, we'll put it on B. Okay, good. Who's next? Decaying Seeks. She's just another dragon. So I'm gonna put dragons here. I'm gonna actually put him above. Hold on, let me put these guys down because I don't like him. I'm gonna put these two guys right here just because the one that has the rod, the Seeks, I believe is his name. I don't know. He has the thing that he has rod, so it's actually that actually makes him quite hard to fight, and I like it because of that. You know, because it's hard, but like manageable hard. You know, so yeah, there's that. Okay, so who is next? I'm not gonna go through the whole thing looking him up because he's a dragon. Come on, you fight him like 10 times in this game. Demi-human chief and demi-human queen. God, I don't really want to watch them honestly. Oh, let's see, they're here. Demi Oh, I know who this guy is. He's the one that you find on Box Questline. Is he not? Yes, he is. Yeah, you find actually two of them. I mean, he is good. And the fact that you find him at this point, he's probably the first one you're going to see. It's actually quite good. But demi-human. Do you have the queen here? Yeah. So demi-human chief. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with meh. Honestly. Actually, you know, I'm gonna make a change here now that I realize. Now that we have the disappointing category, I'm gonna put Electo here because he should have been better. Okay, okay, good. We agree. And demi-human queen, I'm gonna go and put him on. Okay, actually, yeah, bottom. Okay, she's good because at least she has the thing that she has magic, and she's actually better looking than the other ones. So you know, she's better, and she is actually scary. You know, early on in the game, when you don't know nothing better, she's quite scary. I mean, scary looking, not scary, scary. Okay, so who is next? Next we have who's next? Dragonic 3 Sentinel. Is this the one that is on at the gates of Nineville? Dragonic. What? What? Ah, it's Draconic. Oh god, I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. Draconic 3 Sentinel. Here we go. If this is the one that you, yes, it is. So this is the one that you fight. This is like a buff version of the first 3 Sentinel that you find just outside of the first step, which is the first site of grace. You know, the very first thing you do in the game. And this guy is not only is he good looking, he's cool, but he's also one of those enemies that has like a really, really smart AI. Actually, if you notice that if you are like far away from him and you try to heal, he will prompt the attack that he throws that fireball right there that you just saw. He will do it to prevent you from healing. And to me, the to me the enemies that have that kind of like almost input reading but not input reading, you know, where you like you're about to heal and then he cuts you off. I like it because it makes the fight, it makes you think before you do that. It makes you wait for the right moment to heal, and it punishes you if you panic heal or panic roll. And I like him for that. He's one of those bosses that have that thing. So I'm gonna go and put him on. I don't know if I put him on great, honestly. Should I put him on great? I'm gonna go with good, right next to Dead River, because he is actually really good. Who's next? Mm. Okay. Okay. So, the Dragon Skin Soldier. So, the Noxtella one, which is, no, hold on, the regular one, the one that you find in Nokran. Nokran? In Siofra, no, in Siofra River, you find him. I'm gonna put him on May, but only because you have this one right here. So I'm gonna go and find against Soldier of Noxtella. This guy has two. I have two main issues with this guy. One, let me show you. Hold on. That I don't know what level this character is right now. I don't know, but he's like really, really good looking boss. Like it's kind of like the one that we talked before. He has like the gargoyle. He has like a kind of like a I'm gonna say vintage from software look. You know, it feels like he got out of like a Dark Souls 1 or 2 boss, and I like him for that. He's really really good boss. Has a really cool design. The arena in this boss fight is just so good, but he is so weak, so weak, man. To the point that I'm actually thinking I'm putting him on disappointing because look at that, he's just so weak. I don't know. I don't know what to do with this guy. I really like him. I like him a lot. He's one of, like I say, one of the better medium bosses in this game. I think I'm gonna go with good. But I think I don't know if I should put it on disappointing because I do love him. I do. He's really good boss, but he's so weak, man. So weak. Hold on, let me just adjust the camera right here real quick. Am I good? Am I still good? Yeah. He's so weak, man. So weak. He's like disappointingly weak to the point that it's kind of like you want more out of this guy, but I mean, you're like, that's it. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to put him on disappointing. I really don't because he's really good. You know what? I'm gonna put the other one on disappointing, and this one on good. Yeah, like a bottom good, bottom B. Yeah, I like it. Let's go with that one. I can roll with him. So plus see the socks. Simona living for later. The same as Elden Beast. Oh boy, Elden Beast. So we got Elder Drag. This is not even a boss, man. I don't know why it's on this list. See, it's not even on this list. I'm gonna look him up for you guys, but hold on. Elden Ring. Elden. He's not even a boss fight. You shouldn't count him as a boss fight. He's. Come on, man. I'm gonna go with disappointing. Because this is. No. Fuck, no. Terrible. Because this guy's not even a boss. He's just an enemy that is lying around there. Lore-wise, he's actually one of the last ancient dragons that there is. But come on, there's no way you can think of him as a boss fight. He actually does what yesterday actually when we were streaming our only sorceress character, I talk about a dragon that if you kill him, you can use it as a cheese for leveling up quite quickly. And this is that one. Because you can actually sneak up to him right behind his left wing, left leg, and you can just hit it repeatedly until he dies, and he drops like 60,000 souls. So if you manage to do that early on in the game, he's actually like a really good, almost farming room method you can use. You know, he's actually quite good, but other than that, he doesn't do anything, man. It's like it's actually worse than a regular enemy because he's unique, and then you just kill him and he doesn't fight you back. So I hate him. Element of Briar. So this is actually the one that you do fight in Castle, in the Soul? No, the Shaded Castle. Element of the Briar. Yeah. And this is basically like a boss, more typically mimic tier on this guy. I mean, I kind of get it because he's actually quite strong. So, if we didn't have, hold on, pause it. If we didn't have The other Velvery Hunters, I would say this guy is actually great because he's actually really hard, like I said. But since we have these guys that A, only show up at night, which is like a good plus, and B, in my opinion, they hit harder than this guy, than the actual element of the Briar, I'm gonna put him on May. Honestly, yeah. Maybe like a top May. Yeah, like that. Yeah, good. But just because he's he's annoying, man. But we have this guy. Although my problem with this guy is because they are only a night only bosses. Every time you die, you have to rest at the bonfire. With you have to go. You have to advance time. You have to get out of the site of grace. I'm sorry, and then go back to it in order for you to trigger him, because otherwise he won't appear. And that makes it kind of tedious having to fight him, because you need to like die, rest at the site of grace, advance time, rest again, reset the area, and then you fight him again. So you have to go through the whole process every time he kills you, and he will kill you if you're not like one of those no hit, no damage kind of guys. So that's why I'm gonna put him there, like meh, because we have the stronger, more scary looking guys. Then we have Earth Tree Avatar. Is this the one that you? I mean, this picture is the one that you fight on Leyendell, but is this? Yeah, this is the one that you actually? Okay, if we're talking about the one that you find, the ones that you can find on like the minor Earth trees that have like different variation, because there's a few of them that have like a rod, and one of them will actually kind of like sounds like a mimic tier. Actually, it will split into two. Those guys are good. The one that you fight on Leyendell is just mad because you can just run past it and fuck it. But this guy is actually, I'm not gonna say hard. If you fight him early on in the game, he can be hard, but at the same time, you fight him so many times that by the second or third one, you just used to him. So I think I'm gonna give this guy a good. He's actually good. I like him. And also, they dropped the Wondrous Physics tier, so you get like a good reward every time you kill one of these guys. So yeah. L3 Boreal Watchdog. I hate these guys. So I'm guessing we're talking, yeah. This is the non-magical one. The non-magical version of this boss fight is kind of meh. It's not, I don't know if disappointing, but it is meh, because it's just like a stone cat, and they do hit hard almost at any point in the game. They do hit hard, but I don't know. I'm just gonna go with meh, because you fight him so many times and just like Escar, Priest of Blood. I think this is the one that you fight on like one of those churches. Escar, Priest of Blood. Yeah. Oh no. Okay, I see. But you are one of the ones that you do fight on. Oh, I think he invades you on like a church, on a couple of churches. Yeah. Come on, man. I came with the mimic tier. I mean, this guy is. Yeah, he's meh again. Falling Star Beast. This is the one that you fight on either there's like a cave, a mine online on Kaelin, or the one that you actually fight on south of Leyendell. There's like one meteor site there that you can fight him on. And this is, I think this is the one, because the other one is actually the falling full-grown beast, I believe is its name. So I'm gonna go with this is the smaller version of it. So he's okay. Yeah, he's okay, good. The felt twins, they're just omens that you fight. You fight them on, I think, on your way to Mog slash Morgoth's Divine Tower. Yeah, I'm gonna go with, I don't know. Okay, meh, good. Nah, not good. And then okay. I'm gonna go with like a low C because they're okay. They're not bad. Fierce champions, disappointing. They're so weak, and by the point you reach this game, this point in the story, you'll be kind of like OP for this area. So no, no. They're annoying. Fire giant, he's a remembrance one, so I'm gonna put it on last. Flying dragon and Gil. Okay, so out of all the dragons, I don't want to say he's the best because he's not. But he's the first one you see, so he has like a grand entrance. So I'm gonna, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this guy. I'm gonna go with okay because he's a dragon and yeah, I'm gonna go with okay. By the way, lore-wise, did you know that the guys that are actually on the lake waiting for him are actually praying for him because on the lines between they believe that the only way to actually die was by fire, by the dragon fire, and Anguil's flame was supposed to be like the only way for you to separate the soul from your body. So if you die by that, you will actually die instead of being reborn like they do. So they're actually praying and waiting for Anguil to kill them, which is actually kind of good. Not just a little. Flying Dragon Grey. This is the one that is on Caleb, right? On Dragon Barrow. I think it is. Let's see. Flying. No, not Anguil. Flying Dragon. Grey. Yeah. Now this is actually worse. So this doesn't even have like a gimmick. It doesn't have like a good entrance like Anguil, or doesn't have like a elemental thing. So I'm gonna go with like disappointing. He could have been like a regular dragon, like the ones you just find like on a lake on Cave near the Divine Tower of Cave. No, I don't like him. Francius Duelist. Okay. Francis Duelist. Is he Francia though? I don't remember him being Francia. So the duelists, what they have on their favor is they're actually quite cool in concept, especially the ones that you find on Leyendell, the capital, that are next to the Colosseum, because it kind of feels like they're waiting for the Colosseum to open for them to enter. So I do like him, although making him a boss fight is just meh again, like low meh. Now, full-grown Falling Star Beast. This guy, this is the one that is on the entrance of Volcano Manor, is it not? Hold on, yeah. What do you mean no? Is he not here? Or am I mistyping? Alright. Full. Is he not? Wow. Hold on, let me go with Beast. Can I generate that there's no beast here? Okay, there you go. Full grown. So these guys are actually supposed to be like lore-wise are supposed to be like predecessors of Astel, the Astels. Uh, because Astel is actually like a fallen star, and these guys are like that, like smaller, weaker version of that. And this one in particular, let me see if this guy shows him. Come on, focus on the show us the eye. You can see it right. Come on, here. Oh, wait. And they also use gravity magic, by the way, which is another indicator that they are related somehow to Astals. Let's see. Let's see. What I'm trying to show you is that here. There you go. Here, you can actually see right here that he has an eye. Kind of like the same eye that appears on the top of Astos' forehead. That does showing that they are somehow related to him. Not like related, but maybe they are from the same species. And somehow if this one would have like either malformed, which is the one that you find in like the caves in Noxtella and Nacram, or no, on the Ansel River actually, they would have grown to be like Astel. So this is and mechanically speaking, I like this guy because he has like a cool arena and he's actually, you can actually skip him if you want, which is, I guess, is good. But this is one of those bosses that you're like, yeah, I like you. Wait, where do you go? Oh, there you go. He's actually quite good. I would say, yeah, like this, because he's not like, it's not like unique, but he's not as common as the Earth Tree, and it's not disappointing like Dragon Skin of Noctella. So there we have it. Glintstone Dragon Adula. I think this is the one that you fight at the end of Rannis' quest line. And if he is actually one of the good ones. Let me see. Glintstone. Either that or he's the one that you fight. No, not Smaragd. Adula. Yeah, so I'm gonna go first with Smaragd. This is the one that you fight. Here. He's the one that's like guarding the key to the Rail Guards Academy. So he's good. And he's like I said, dragons may be repetitive sometimes. And this is actually one of them. Because he's like a lesser version of Adula, which at least has like some unique attacks. But he's not bad, he's like the same as all the dragons. So Smaragd, I'm gonna put him on alongside his cousins, brothers, whatever. And then for Abdullah, I'm gonna show him because he is really good. He's actually one of my, I think he's actually, in my opinion, the best dragon you find in game. That is not a remembrance one, also, because there's, of course, the other ones, the Leech Dragons and Placido Sax. But this is actually like the best one because he has an attack. I think there's two particular ones. Let's see if this guy shows it or. Come on, show us one. he has an attack that is like he jumps in the air and then he kind of like uses a sword, like a magic, like almost carrion sword like in his mouth, and then swoops down and attacks the ground. Let's see if it's this one. Yeah, he actually did it. He didn't show it. Come on, man. Anyhow, this is actually, in my opinion, the best dragon, like the best regular dragon. To the point that I'm gonna put him on good. You know what? No, I'm gonna put him on great. Because out of all the regular dragons, he's actually the best one. Yeah, sure. Now, Godfrey the Grafted. Before we do that, let me see if I can find not Godfrey, Godric. Here we go. Godric. I'm gonna go first with like the lesser version, and I'm gonna go ahead and put these two guys over here. The same for the Godskin's assholes. Godskin Noble. Let's see. Do we have anyone in the front? You actually get Loretta, get out. My Pumpkinhead. The Malekith, get out. Malenia. Margit. Mimic Tear. What? I didn't know this one. Mark. My boy. Morgod. Oh, so many of them. God, there's a lot of bosses in this game. Nox, the Woman Killer, Patches, Putrid, Putrid Spirit, Radagon, the Golden Order, Radagon's Wolf, Soranella, Royal Revenant. Ugh. Rykar, Sir Gideon. I'm actually gonna put this one last two. Radan, my boy. Tibia, Tree, and the Soviet Rebellion, One Face Ancestors. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, so let's go with. You know what? I'm not gonna talk about the Godric right now. I'm gonna talk just about Godfrey, because why not? He's not here? Wow, he's not even here. Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna go with Godfrey the Grafted. By the way, do let me know if I'm sounding good, if the music is too loud, if I have a lot of echo, if my voice is too high, I don't know. So that I can, correct it as I'm speaking. And also, what you think of this so far. So, Godfrey. So, this is actually Godfrey. What? No, I don't care. Ready? At the end of the video? Anyhow, this is Godfrey. My main problem with him is exactly what you think it is, which is like that he is like a lesser version. Hold on, let me do a little bit of music. There we go. It's like a lesser version of Godric. Godric. And my problem is that Godric is already a remembrance boss. So going as far as to making a duplicate out of one of the remembrance bosses is just cheap, man. It's just cheap. I mean, that's a low blow. Especially because this is actually quite good. It's actually one of the best bosses in the game. And to have him like a original, I don't know what's the lore behind this particular boss. I really don't. To be fair, honestly, I don't care. You have to be like really good in order for me to say like, hey, I actually do like him. But I know it's not, So I'm just gonna go and put him on fucking terrible, man. I hate it. If it's like they made like a lesser version of Malenia, and it's just, come on. Like I said, it feels cheap. So, anyhow, let's go. We have Golem Archer. I mean, let's go with man. I'm gonna just jump ahead of a lot of them. Grafted Scion. This is the one that you first fight. Like the first actual boss, technically speaking. Although it is designed for him to kill you, so it's kind of, cheap. Like a cheap shot. So I'm gonna put him on. I don't know, man. Like, yeah, like man, I guess. Grave Warden Duelist. Another duelist? How many of these guys are? I gotta say, one thing I do like about the duelist is that they all, when they're like a boss fight, they all do the remove the cape thing. It's kind of cool, you know. It's kind of like a superhero, thing to do, you know. But this guy is just the same. So it's I'm gonna put him on disappointing, I guess. Sure, because I don't want to put him with the other one. Great Worm Theodorix. This is the one that you fight on the mine, maybe? On the secret password to what's up? Either that or the one that you fight on Katie. Either way, yeah. My problem with the worms enemy, because there are 4 of them. Oh, this is the one that you fight on. Okay. My problem with this guy is always the same. This one at least has the advantage that you are fighting him on an open space. You know? But there's another one. Let me see if I can find him. Just one? Aha, there we go. Let's go with Makar. No, not Makar still. Let's go with the regular one then. How many of them? So these guys have the same problem. There are, I believe there's 2 more of these guys. One is on a mine on Kaylee, and he's the one that drops the Moonveil, which is one of the, in my opinion, one of the best weapons in the game. But you have to fight him inside a cave, so the arena is so small, and when he does the charge attack, if you get caught up by him, if you get hit, you die because you get stuck on the animation. You get stuck behind him, so it's almost like instant kill. Then you fight a second one of those on like the lower version of the Volcano Manor, and it's the same as this one. But the only difference, I guess, is their names and the place you fight him. So the fact that you had to fight him like 5 times alone just makes it annoying. So I guess I should put one. I guess I should grade him on like I should grade him on overall because there's only one. So I'm gonna put him on not meh. He's not meh. He's actually like good fight. I'm gonna put it on like a lower C, lower OK. Because the thing is that he can be annoying if you fight him on closed spaces, and you will sometimes. But when it's like an open space, like when you fight him on Mount Gilmere and on the arena that's on the mine, I forgot the name. He's actually like a decent boss fight, like a proper boss fight, you know. So I do like him when you fight him on those open spaces. So I'll grant him that at least. Guardian Golem. The Guardian Golem. Guardian Golem. Who are you? I know what a golem is. What's it's not here? Really? Wow. It's not here. Okay, so what am golem? Who are you? Why do you fight this guy? Really? I mean, I'm just gonna go with you know, he's like a repetitive one, so it goes straight to man. I don't care. Sorry, and like a lower man. It's not even hard. It's like a mediocre one. Kindred of Rod. Let's see. Who are you? Kindred of Rod. Which one is the Kindred of Rod? Which one are you? Who are you? Oh, come on, the best guys? No. 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 Terrible. They are so annoying. The only thing that's good about these guys is that you can actually get their attack, their projectile ones, from the guy that gives you the Militant Squares line. And that is actually one of the best incantation you can actually use in the game. If you use that incantation against like the bigger enemies, the amount of damage that it does, you can actually kill Elden beasts with it in like one run. Because what it does is those little projectiles, let me show you, the one where they just open, those things, they will travel inside of the enemy, and the larger the enemy is, the more damage they take. So if you use it on like Millennia, for example, that's like a small target, it won't do much damage. But if you use it on like Elden beasts or like the big dragons, you will most likely kill them with like 4 or 5 hits. That's it. I actually used it on the Leech Dragon, and it was so easy that I actually regretted doing it. I was like, so that was it? That's it? It was so easy. Because this is one of those things that is actually broken. So that's the only thing that came out of those guys that is actually good. The rest is just, they're just annoying. I don't like them. And the fact that you then find them right before you fight Asa on the Leg of Rod, and there's like 15 of those things. No, I hate them. No, I hate them. One of the worst ones. They're not the worst enemy. Actually, I think I'm gonna have to do another one just because I hate the guy that's coming. So Leonine Misbegotten. He's the one that is on Castle Morn, I believe, the one that's south of the Weeping Peninsula. He's good. My only... Actually, I don't have any problem with this guy. I actually like him. He has a good set of move. He has like fair damage. It's like a side quest that you can actually do, you know? And he drops the only thing that I don't like is the fact that when you kill this guy, you get the Game of Thrones looking sword. I forgot the name. And he doesn't use it. You see, so it's like if the fight would be much more cooler if he actually fought you with that sword and then you get it when you kill him. That's the only thing that I don't like about this guy. It's like you get something that, oh, okay, good, you know. It's not, doesn't have like a good reward. Although other than that, he's actually quite good. I like him. He is on. I think he's going. Yeah, he's going to the good part. Yeah, for sure. My Pumpkinhead, I'm not even going to show him. He goes meh. Now, Magma Worm, he's the one that I was telling you about. So there is another one of these guys. Okay, so I'm gonna put him on. I think I should change him. No, I'm gonna put him on meh because I'm gonna. This is the one that you fight on open spaces, and this is the one that you fight on closed spaces. Actually, no, fucking terrible. If this is the one, I'm gonna make it as this is the guy that you fight on closed doors, on closed spaces, like on Kaled Cave. He's horrible. he's like one of the worst bosses you can actually fight in this game, because fighting him on like a close space, one, he fills the floors with lava, and not in a fun way, you know. Uh, and two, if you get caught on his like charge attack, you're dead, and you're dead without having any chance to like get out of it because you get stuck underneath him. So he's so annoying. No, yes, one of the worst one. He's not the worst. We'll get to the worst in a moment. Miranda the Blighted Bloom. What? Who are you? I don't think I fought you. Miranda the Blighted Bloom. Have I fought you? Oh, fuck's sake. No. No. Fucking terrible, man. How you gonna make a flower? You can actually find this piece of shit on like Leonia, you know, and I think on Kalit too. No, fuck it, man. I hate when they do that. He actually takes away from the value of exploring. Just finding like what boss am I going to find? And then it's like Miranda the fucking Bloom. No, man. God no. Necromancer Garrus. Necro. What? Not here? You're not here? It makes sense. I don't know who you are. Necromancer Garrus. Who are you and where do I find you, man? I don't want to give this guy publicity, so I'm going to take away the ad. Are we done? On the Sage Cave? Really? But who are you? That's what I want to know. Oh, I do know who you are. So, this guy is not bad at all. But he has the same thing that all the human type enemies have, you know, that is like they are cool, but they are too weak. Although I think he actually can heal, but still he is actually weak, and that makes him, you know, like the other ones, kind of disappointing, and I really don't like that because it's annoying, you know. But other than that, he actually has like a good move, good move, and yeah, I think I'm gonna go with. I don't want to put him on good. I'm gonna put him in like on top, not on top of the dragons. I'm gonna go with mid C, like okay, feels good. The Nice Cavalry. There's a bunch of these guys. There are like the name said, there are night boss. The thing about these guys is these are the bosses that actually makes you avoid running around in the middle of the night in Elden Ring, because they are actually quite hard. But once you reach like mid to mid late game, they are really easy. But early on, they will like erase you in like 2 shots. So I'm gonna go with like top. Okay. If it was 1 or maybe 2, I'll put them on good. But since they're like 6, I believe, 4, 6 of them, I wanna go with okay. Just because there's so many, and you know, that kind of like takes away from the experience, and I don't like that. So Nox Duo, disappointing, because to fight this guy, you actually need to lit all the torches or lanterns that are on top of the Celia town, and when you get them, they are so weak. Almost in any, unless you do it like early, like super early on in the game, where you're like struggling with Margit, these guys are really easy, like really easy. So I'm gonna go with disappointing. Just because, not because the design is disappointing, because they are like Nox's people, and the Nox guys are actually good when you fight them around the map, like when you get to the Rhaenys quest line. But the fact that you have the build up to this fight, that you have to light the lanterns and do like a platforming things, and then you get to these two guys that are like stupidly easy. Come on, that's just disappointing. The Omen Killers, lore wise, I love them. I love the Omen Killers. I really, really do. They remind me, they have the same design of Capra Demon from Dark Souls 1. But I do like him. You fight, I think there's 3 of these guys. I know there's one on the Albinurix's village, which actually prompts the whole Nephilis storyline. And then there's another one on the entrance of the shunted undergrounds on Leyendale. I know there's another one. I believe there's a third one, but I'm not sure. I think that I've only remember off the top of my head. I can only think of 2 guys, two Omen Killers. But I think there's more. But otherwise, he's cool, I guess. I'm gonna put him here. Yeah, right with this guy. Okay, like mid okay. Yeah. Onyx's lore. I think this is kind of like a necroman, like yeah, Onyx lore. I think he's like the Alabaster's lore as well, right? Are you? Yes, you are. So the only thing that I like about this guy is that I believe this is the one that drops the Onyx Katana, which is actually really, really good. And this one is actually on physical form, not like the Evergill one, which is actually like a projection of him. I actually do like this guy. The only issue is like all the this type of enemy is actually like really weak, like really, really weak. I guess it depends on when you find him on the game, but most of the time he's not like super hard. You can see how much. Come on, hey, the fact that you use him mimic tier on this guy is just. It's embarrassing, man. Anyhow, I think where did I put the other one? Otherwise, on Meh. I have to go with Meh as well, man. And lower Meh because this is like against this guy. And then you find him 2 more times. One on the Lake of Rot on the top of the platform thingy, and the other one on the cave where you find what's his name? Astel, the shitty Astel, not the good one. Patches. I mean, I'm tempted to put Patches on great even just because he's been in so many games, and they're always kind of like find a way to make you fall for the same shenanigans he does. I'm gonna put him on good. Yeah, I'm gonna put him on lower good because it's Patches, man. I mean, it's good. Perfume Trisha and Leona Misbegotten. What do you fight these guys? Why do you fight these guys? Perfumer. I know I fought them, but I don't know where. Oh. Yeah. So here's the thing. Like I said, I like the Misbegotten. If this is like I want to say like a lesser version of the Leonine. But I hate the Perfumers. As a boss, not as an enemy. As an enemy, they're actually quite fun. But as a boss, it's just man. I mean, it's kind of like Godric Soldier actually. But anyway, no, I don't like this fight. I'm gonna go with disappointing. Just because every time you go to like a catacomb or like a cave or whatever, and the last boss, the cave boss, the area boss, is just like a regular guy that you fought so many times before. It's like they're like, yes, let's see who it is, and then it's like, oh, it's you. I don't like you, so I'm gonna go with disappointing. Straight up disappointing. The Putrid Avatar, I'm gonna have to put him. I think he's like I think he's actually better. He's harder than the regular Air 3 avatar because he has rod. That makes him harder. But I don't want to put him on top of the the OG one because I don't know. That's just one. So I'm gonna go with like top of the C category, like top okay. I feel like that's a good place to start. So yeah. Okay, who's next? Fugitive, Grey Water. What? There's another. Come on, man. Great, do all this. God damn, man. Did you at least? Okay, I'm gonna give something to this guy. Is that he drops his set, and it's actually really, really cool. Either that or he drops his axe. And I think this one is actually harder than the regular ones. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see where is the regular one. I think it's on map, right? Did I put it on map? It's not on map. Where did I put the other guys? Oh, I actually put it on disappointing. No, this side is actually good. I'm gonna put it like on the middle of okay category. On top of yeah, on top of necromancer carries. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about you just yet because I got a lot to say about this guy. I got a lot to say, so I'm gonna put him just before the good bosses. Royal Revenant, Royal Revenant, Royal Revenant. I know who you are. I just want to get a picture of it. Oh, it's not here. Wow. Okay. Royal Revenant alone. So this boss, in my opinion, is actually. Hold on, let me see. Come on. So this guy right here is actually, in my opinion, the second most annoying and horrible boss in the entire Elden Ring. One, that attack he does, not that one, the other one, that one is so stupidly hard to dodge. I hate him. I died so many times to this guy. It wasn't until I went on Reddit, and the only way to like easily kill these guys if you heal. If you do heal, no, if you, I think you have to be decently close to him. If you heal close to him, he will actually he will actually take damage when you heal. So that's kind of like the way, not to cheese it because it's not a cheese. It's actually like a kind of like a gimmick thing for these guys. But if you don't have a character that can heal, if you don't have the faith to heal, then this guy is just annoying. I hate him. Actually, when I was on the FL, the Air 3, there on the bottom of it, there's like I want to say four of these guys. That was the only time that I summoned Mimic Tier for like a regular area, because I was like, there's no way I'm not gonna fight four of these guys in a row and make it out alive. So I was like, no, fuck it. I'm gonna actually Mimic Tier them to the ground, and I did, and I don't regret it. I hate these guys. I'm gonna put him on fucking. Actually, I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna do it. Let me just. No. I'm gonna add another category that is F. Hold on. I need to add another category. It's like. Effing annoying. Just for this, guys. Yeah. Oh shoot, no. No. Dang it. I need to create a new one. Wanna put them all here. Okay. This is the actual category. And it's green. And this is just annoying. And on this one, I'm gonna put the Revenant. And I'm also going to put the Rune Bear because I hate this guy. There's no way. He has no right being that fast and that strong. I'm sorry, but no. I mean, he's not hard. He's just annoying. Like, annoyingly strong. That's it. Sanguine, Noble. I don't like you. I'm going to go with Man. I'm not even going to show you. Scale Begatum. You know who these guys are. I'm not going to. Spirit Color Snail. So, here's the thing about this guy. He's annoying. But the fact that he's on his cave, you have to actually fight Godskin Noble and Apostle before you actually get to kill him. It's I'm not gonna put it on annoying because I don't want to like waste that category. But I'm gonna put it on disappointing maybe. No, because he's actually like a good one. I'm gonna go with okay, just because you can actually miss him. You know, if you don't hear the little bells when he summons your enemies, or if you don't if you don't pay attention to the glowy part where he's summoning people, you can actually miss him and you're gonna be lost for a while. It took me a while the first time around. A Stone, I'm gonna go with Man. I mean, just a fucking troll, man. Tibia Mariner. He has a good design. I'm gonna go with like. Well, go with top. Maybe mid okay. But just because, like I said, he's good. He has a good design. But he doesn't take much damage. And the one that you fight on. I think it's in mountaintops. Where you fight one of them. He actually summons like one of those huge ass like skeletons that actually like shoot like a Kamehameha out of their mouth. He's actually really good. And I like him. So, who's next? Tree Sentinel. This is the first one you fight. I'm gonna go with top okay because, you know, for him to be one of the first toughest enemy you find, he's actually quite good. Alongside with nice cavalry. The old Soviet. I'm gonna leave the Tree Spirits. I'm gonna leave them for the end. Fighting Gargoyles. This is the one that I said that they gang fight you right at the entrance of the what's the word of the place? Like the aqueduct. These guys are actually not that hard. But one, there's two of them. There's two of them. And two, they use poison. And that is annoying and so how would a gargoyle be using poison? It's just uncalled for. And well, actually, if you do fight them on like the right level, well, you know, like on the point of the story where you should be at, they're actually quite a hard fight. You know, so I'm not gonna say I hate them, but they do take away from the other gargoyles you fight. So I'm gonna put him on lower, the bottom of the sea, because yeah. Next we have Wormface. So my problem with the Wormfaces is the fact that they're not amazing, they're not good, they're not hard, they're just. But I like the fact that they are the only enemies well, not the only. They're one of the few enemies that actually inflict Deathblight. I think there's only like two other enemies that does that. One is the Durbar Right, and he only has one attack that does cause that. And then there's the bloody basilisk that I know they're not called basilisk on this game. They have another name, but they are basically the guys from Dark Souls One, the one with the huge eyes that has they cause, I think it's curse on Dark Souls One. I think that's what it's called. That they actually like lower your health back to less than half. So I think those are the only two enemies that actually cause death blight here, and that's why I like him actually. And this actually refers to the one that is on the Altus Plateau Minor R3. So yeah, Warm Face. I'm gonna go okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with okay. Now, that's God forsaken street spirit. I hate them. And here's the reason why. I'm gonna show you. There's two versions of these guys. One is the ultra one that I believe. Oh wait, this guy. Do you also cause that flight? No, you cause rot, right? No, this is a regular one. So my problem. This is actually one of the very few also rated three spirits that you fight on open spaces. The rest of them, you will fight them on like close quarters. I'm talking like the bottom of the first hero's grave you find, and the bottom of Stormville's castle. It's like a really small area, and they are so annoying. I this, in my opinion, is the worst. Not only is the worst boss on the game, it's the most annoying boss of the game. It's the most annoying enemy in the game because you can then find him on Lionel 4 more times, right? And he's so goddamn annoying. And it's a shame because he is actually like really good looking. He has a really good design and a really good move set. But the fact that you fight him on like close spaces most of the times, it makes him so annoying. And also, his hitboxes are super clunky and super awkward. No, I hate this guy. No. Actually, he is actually the main reason why I created the effing annoying category because I hate him so much. So much. No, there's not a single enemy in this entire game, not a single boss in this entire game that I hate more than these guys. Because then you have the Putrid 3 Spirit that has Rod. And it's worse. Because you can fight him. In fact, I'm going to show you where you fight him. I think this is the one that you fight on... I'm not going to go talk to you. No. He's not here? Is he not here? He is. Oh my god, he's not here. Wow. I don't want to have to look him up. Not the avatar. Not the... Oh my god, I don't have to... Yeah, you actually fight this guy. I think that I can remember. You fight him. God, this is what happened when you don't look. Putrid 3. You can actually... I think you can actually fight him just twice. One, it will be on like a secret catacomb that you find on Radahn's arena. If you go to like the upper part of the arena, right where the beach meets the mountain, there's like a really small door that you can only see it when you're like really close to it. You will actually fight him there. Yeah, the water catacomb. See, right here. See, you fight with them here, and you go to this place, and you fight him here. And look at the size of this arena. Not only is it a small place. Let me see if I can catch him entering. Not only is it a small place, because if this was any other boss, it would be like a fine arena. But since this is a huge ass boss, it's actually really annoying to fight him because he moves around a lot. So the lock on goes crazy, and you get caught up in the middle of him, and it's just it's just annoying, man. I hate him. And not only that, you have to add the fact that he fights with rod. Okay, so if he hits you enough time, he will cause Scarlet Rot and it will chip away your health. The second guy you fight is on the Halo 3. And you actually, just in case you thought this guy was actually like annoying, you fight the second version of this asshole. You would fight him on a pool of rot. Why? Because this game hates you. Because they put the worst enemy in the game on a rod pool. And you can actually cheese him like this guy's about to do it. He will not fall, but you can range cheese him from here. And if you do, I'm not going to blame you. Because honestly, he deserves it. He does. I hate this guy so much. There's not a single thing that I hate more in this game than this guy. Honestly. I could make a whole stream. Like a full stream. Just talking about why this guy is the worst boss. Actually, I might do it, honestly. I might do a full video on why I hate this guy so much. I'm not gonna lie. Sounds like a good idea. But he's the worst. And that's why we have these categories just for him. Well, not just for him, but I thought about it just for him. So, Ancestor Spirit, he has a main problem. And it's the fact that there's two of them. And when you have a good boss, kind of like copy and paste it, it takes away from one or the other. So the Ancestor Spirit, I think, is like a lesser, not like a lesser version, because it's actually not bad. But he's like a less beautiful version, I want to say. I don't know how to. He's one of those bosses that you feel guilty when you kill him, because he's just like a majestic beast that's just living his life around in the lands between, and then you go and kill him. I'm actually, it's one of those bosses that like I said, I feel really, really guilty after I beat him, and then you beat the other one, which is like a stronger version of him. And actually, I read somewhere that it is believed that this guy is actually from the same either race or species as Torrent, because they actually have the same jumping animation. So they could be from the same like magical beastie kind of looking species. And I kind of like that. And it only makes me feel even more guilty after I kill him. Actually, I only killed these two guys once on my first playthrough, and all the other playthroughs that I've done, I haven't gone near them, just because it's like I like him, and I don't want to have a run where they're dead. So I didn't kill them the second time around. I don't regret it. It's actually one of those boss fights that I like to when I do it again, because I probably will someday. I probably do it when we stream, when we get there in our only sorcery stream. By the way, check it out. It's one of those boss fights that I'm going to take my time because they are so good, and it's kind of like when I said like there are boss fights. They are good experience. They are lore wise. They are really good, and they are balanced in difficulty. This one, the only thing that it doesn't have is the difficulty. It's really, really easy. So it's one of those. It's kind of like a relaxed boss fight where you can just like fight him just to relax for a while. Just like play around, take your time, see the animations, see the attacks, listen to the music, and yeah, it's actually really, really good. Let me see. What was the name? Okay, so I'm gonna put this one on. I'm gonna put it on top of OK, just because we have Regal. And Regal is Regal Ancestor. And Regal is almost the same, if not the same. But I think he's like a little bit bigger and a little bit stronger. That's it. Really? See, those are the jumps that I'm talking about. You know? Yeah, it has different attacks, yes. And it does this thing that it teleports to another, to the other side, which is a mechanic that I actually hate in this game. When a boss has like a really big arena and then it teleports to the other side, and you have to like run and get it. I hate that, but on this guy, he's probably the only one where I'm like, I don't mind. Because I actually like him. It's like a It feels kind of like you're killing Bambi's mom again. You know what I mean? And I like this guy so much, and so I'm willing to look the other way when he just teleports to the other side of the arena. It makes me run. But when Elden does it, I hate it. But not on this guy. But just because I like this guy that much. So this one actually I'm gonna grade him higher. I'm gonna go all the way to good. I'm gonna go all the way to like good. Just behind Dead Right Bird. Because he is that good at a boss fight to me. You know? Especially lore wise, I guess. Then we have Ancient Dragon Lansax. You actually fight her, which is actually a female dragon, by the way. You fight her. It's not here? You're not here? Hold on now. That can't be right. Placido Socks, Flying Dragon Rado, Dragon Skill, Dragon King, Angel. Wow! It's not here. That's weird. Anyhow. Hey, we don't have bike. Where's bike here? Hold on. Wanna go. I'm gonna. Okay. I'm gonna go with Godric here. Hold on. Let me rearrange things in like a more story-oriented way. I'm gonna go with right after Godric. We have Renala. Then we have my boy Redan over here. Then we can go for Loretta. Then we go have again Loretta. Well, maybe they can stay that way. I'm gonna go last. Yeah, I'm gonna leave you here. Now I'm gonna put you right next to him. I wanna talk about the God skin. Yes. Margit, right after Margit. Now you know what? I wanna put Margit with Morgan. What are you, Morgan? With Morgan and Mog, cause just get away, get down with the twins. I want. I think I'm good with these guys like this. Malekith, Mog, Morgan. I'm surprised that we don't have Vike here. And we have stupid ass, what's his name? Adam. I mean, Vike is way more of a good fight than him. I don't like it. And actually, lore-wise, Vike is much more important than actually the stupid ass Adam. Anyhow, let's go with Godric. Godric. So Godric, not only is he one of the, he has like a cool looking god thing. I'm gonna actually pick it up. Hold on, let me just pause the music. I'm gonna pause the music and put it right here. I like him. No, no, what are you? So, like I said, Godric is not only one of the best bosses in the game. He's like a good uh early boss. You know, it's kind of like Margit. It's kind of like Margit. You know, he's like a he's like Harp. He's like fair. He has like good gruesome look, and also has like a good cutscene and a good fight. Good, a really good second phase. Like a really good second phase. So that makes him like really good. I don't know if for some reason I place him just behind of Margit. I'm gonna say he's just like top tier good. Like like the best of the good category. Wait, no, I said good. Here. He's not great. He doesn't reach great, even though he is kind of great. But it's just because all the other bosses that we're going to talk about, in my opinion, most of them are great and are better than Godric. Even Morgan. Uh, and I'm not ranking him in matter of difficulty because some of the bosses that are below him, in my opinion, are harder than him. Like stupid ass Beauty Tree, which I don't know why are you here. You belong here. Like stupid Beauty Tree is actually harder than Godric, but it's I hate him way more. But Godric is actually like good, but it's like well balanced. You know, it's like he has like one of the all of those three things that we talk about. He's good. He's interesting. He has like a well balanced difficulty. So I like him for that. So anyway, so we are up next with we have to go with Renala. Oh, Renala. Renala is actually probably right. It's one of those bosses that is like she's not hard because she's not, but she has like a really good cutscene, and lore wise it's amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and just let it play on. Let's watch this. The fact that she's actually the one that gives you the ability to like respect is really amazing. Harder than Godric, but I hate him way more. But actually, she's kind of creepy, but not creepy like ass so creepy, but creepy like those voices, you know, like God, it's kind of like those creepy when you're like uncomfortable fighting her, you know, like I want to get this done with, and then you get to her second phase, which is like most second phases in game. It's like the real fight, the real boss fight here. Let's see how much. Come on. One. And the irony behind Ronald's actual fight is that you don't actually fight Renala. You actually fight kind of like a projection of Renala that Rani made.
Have no fear. I will hold thee.
See, all that is not Renata. It's actually Rani who created like a kind of like a defense when Renalis got disturbed. She has one of the best intros of all the bosses here. I think like top five intros. And the fact that it's actually narrated by Rani's voice, come on, that's just amazing, man. And then you actually get to fight her. Not her, but you actually get to like a real fight, which is Rani's version of her mother, which only shows how freaking OP Rani is. You know that she was actually to make a kind of like a projection or like a spell version of her mother that was actually able to mimic her on her full power. You know, it's just amazing. I actually wish that on a future DLC we actually get to fight Rani or maybe like one of those guys like on like their prime, because almost every major boss fight you fight on this game, you are fighting it after it's fine. So it's kind of like a like like one of those movies where you fight like a soldier but on their 40s, 50s, but they're like all tired and jaded. It's kind of the same here. When you fight like Godfrey, it's like he's not in his prime. Renala is not in his prime. Uh, I guess Morgan and Margot are on his prime, the same as Melania, but Radagon is not on his prime. Radagon Marika is not on his prime. Elden Beast, I guess. No, Elden Beast is actually not on his prime because the Elden Beast, it's actually, you can see that it's wounded. So it's not, you're not like fighting like at its full potential, which I guess makes sense. Radan is actually gone crazy, so you don't actually fight him on his prime either. Uh, who else? Rykar. I mean, Rykar, physically, you could say, you know, it's on its prime because it's, you fight him with like the blasphemous serpent, but he has gone mad, kind of like Radan did. So technically not on his prime, but also not like on his lowest. So I guess there's an argument to be made there. So Renala goes all the way to, hold on, all the way to top grade. Easy. Now we have the one and only Star Scorch Radan. You did not put him here? Come on. Ready? There you are. Hold on, let's see. Before we begin. And also, the fact that Radan actually has only the fact that Radan actually has like a cutscene, which I believe not many bosses do. Because like Rani and there you are. So not Rani, Renala and well, let's see, Melania and Godfrey, they're all like in-game cutscene, but this is actually like cinematic cutscene, you know? This is not like in-game cinematic, which is actually quite good and I like it. So that only adds up to like Radam. Radam is actually my favorite boss in the game. You know, Radam and then Radagon, which is, you know, father and son. Son and father, actually. And then will be Melania. But Radam is actually probably the best. Mostly because of the concept that you actually are fighting someone in like a contest, it's kind of like a battle royale, if you will. Only that you get to fight him as much as you want. And then, you see, The fact that you can summon him. That's the only thing that I will take away from the fight. That you can actually beat him without actually fighting him. If you keep uh, respawning the enemies, the summons, you can actually beat him. Although I believe there's like a cap on how many times you can actually summon each character. But since there are so many, it is technically possible to kill him without having to attack him. You know? Once you get used to his moveset and just keep resummoning people, Radam is actually super easy. Super easy. But if you want to actually fight him, he was really hard. You know? And I actually like that about him. And then you get his sword, and let me see if I can actually skip to his second phase. Yeah. On. There you go. This. The fact that he is so powerful that he actually goes into full meteorite mode is just amazing, man. Look at that. You can almost all the time get one-shotted by that attack. You have to be like really high level to not get one-shotted by that specific attack. He's so good, man. So good. I love him. Let me see if I can skip through. Are you going to put the cutscene, the place right after you kill him? And like I said, it's supposed to be he learned from the Alabasters the gravity magic, and he he actually got into gravity magic because he wanted to keep riding his horse, which in some in-game files is revealed to be called Leonard, which is actually amazing. A, the From Software actually gave a name to the horse, and B, the fact that in lore, Radam learned gravity magic just to be able to keep riding his tiny, scrawny horse. That's just beautiful, man. And then you have this cutscene. This only shows you how powerful Radam actually was, because he was able with his gravity magic to stop the stars from moving, which they never explain how or what are the implications of it. But they told you that he's the one that's stopping the stars, and that's, come on. What else can you ask for a boss? He's by far my favorite, right? The only thing that I would maybe compare with Radagon, but I think I like Radam more. So I'm gonna go with. You're actually going to open the S category, the amazing category, because I love him so much. This guy is just so amazing, man. Anyhow, who's next? We got. Oh, we actually got the okay. Let's go with this. Ancient Dragon. Is that how you spell it? Yeah. So this is like one of the ancient dragons fights, and there's only like of this type. There's only like 3. There's this one, and there's 3 more that you fight on Crumbly Farm of Sula. But I think this is the only one that is actually like at full health. I'm not quite sure. So the only thing about this is this is the only one that actually has like a boss fight health bar and stuff. Oh wait, there's no reason. No, I don't mind. Because the other ones are like regular enemies that you just find lying around. So this is actually the only boss fight that you actually get. But it's because lore-wise, she's actually, I think she's Placidusac's sister. I think I read somewhere. So it makes sense why she's like a like a proper boss and not like some just ancient dragon enemy type, you know. So I like it. I'm not gonna put it on S tier or a great tier, but I like it a lot. And next we have Royal Knight Loretta. This first one is the one that you find at the end of the Carrion Manor, which is like a projection, like a spell version of herself. She's good, but the fact that you get to fight her proper self later on, in my opinion, just makes the first one kind of like meh. Because the second one is actually harder, even. Not that she's hard in and of itself, because she's not. I want to put this one on like lower good, and the main Loretta, the real one, on top good, right beside Godric. And I want to show you Loretta, Knight of the Hated Tree. So not only is she like the real version of herself, you know, like in corporeal form, let's say, but she's actually faster and stronger. And her second phase is actually really good. And also, she's actually like, because I read somewhere that because she has like full armor, she's actually, that's the reason why she's the weakest to like lightning, because of all the metal plating she has on. That makes her weaker to lightning, and I think that's kind of like good attention to detail from software. I like it. Anyhow, so she okay. While we waiting her, Mimic Tier. There's actually two Mimic Tier fights. This one on the secret passage to the Forbidden Frozen Lands, and then there's the one that you fight on Nokron, I believe. So here's the thing with Mimic Tier. Lore-wise, I like it a lot. A lot. But the fact that you then get your own Mimic Tier, and then you can use it to almost break the game, almost to make it like super, super easy. You know, making even bosses like Malenia, who's the hardest boss in the game, and you can actually trivialize her. I like the fight, but you like most boss fights in this game, you can actually cheese it by, if you know you're about to fight it, when you enter the room, you have to enter like naked, and then the Mimic Tier will copy that, and you just put on your regular weapons and stuff, and you just kill it. But I think it's funny, you know. Go and watch videos of it. Just fighting like fist fight, Mimic Tier against the original self naked is really fun. Anyhow, so gimmick wise, I like it. You know, as a concept. Mechanically speaking, I think it's right next to like a lower good. Next we have the Godskin Apostle. I'm gonna leave Apostle for next. I'll go with Noble. So Noble, Godskin Noble. What? Not here? You're not here? Really? Should be here. There you go. It is here. So I hate Godskin Noble. I do hate him. But it's because he's annoying in a way that he has like the attack where he's like grows in size and then starts to like run around the arena until the problem is that he doesn't stop until he hits you, and then he just runs and runs. It is easily avoided when you know how to do it, but if when you get caught off guard, it will mess you up, and it can actually hit you twice because it will hit you. You can get up, and then it will hit you again if you don't pay attention to it. So I really hate Godskin Noble. I hate him so much, but I think he's not a bad boss. Actually, I think he's just a boss that kind of like clashes with my playstyle of what I like. So I think he's like made good. Now, Godskin Apostle, on the other hand, is probably one of the hardest bosses that I fought on my first playthrough. It took me so much time to kill him, and I tried so many things. I even tried using the Bloodhound Step. I tried using magic. I tried using the katanas again. I had such a hard time with him. The only thing that actually made the fight good for me at the moment was the fact that the music is so good for this guy. I'm gonna actually show you. No, but I want the one that's on the Divine Tower. Because this one is actually weaker. You have the one, there's this one, and there's the one that's at the bottom of the Divine Tower of Kaled. That music is so good. Let me turn it up. It's so good, man. So good. And like I said before, he is one of those. The problem is that this guy is fighting on torrent, and I don't like it because he's not gonna get to use his. He's one of those bosses. I think. This is the one that has like most annoying AI because he will do. Let me actually look the real one because to me this is like the lesser version. God's game Apostle. Let me look for the real one. This is the one that you fight on the Divine Tower. Yeah, we know. This guy right here. So he actually has this thing that he will actually throw that fireball at you if you try to heal. And this is actually one of the bosses that people thought it was input reading the player, meaning that the second you hit the heal bottom, the game will automatically prompt the boss fight to throw you the fireball, and that's kind of unfair because that means that the boss has more reflex than you, and the reaction time is so short. See right there. You see how the second he uses the heal, the boss starts to summon the fireball. He is so annoying because of that. Because if you get caught off guard, he will interrupt most of your healings. So he will punish you for panic healing. And even though it is kind of unfair, I do like it. Because it's one of those boss fights that you need to like always be thinking what you're going to do next. You have to wait for the moment to heal. You have to wait for the moment to back away and attack. So I believe that Godskin, to my light, I believe he is actually a great boss. Godskin Duo, on the other hand, there's two versions of this fight. There's one that is on Crumble the Pharaoh Azula on the Dragon Temple, I believe it's called, Dragon Altar, where you have to fight them until the bar on the bottom is depleted. And honestly, it feels cheap, man, because it's not that it's a gang fight, it's not just that. It's that they will keep respawning until you deplete it. It almost has like a gimmick to it, and I don't like that because we've seen that before. If it was like just them and they had two separate health bars, and when you kill the other one, you get one, you got the other one, then that's it. Like most, like kind of like Ornstein and Smog version of this game, back in Dark Souls 1. Or maybe you can actually even add like a second stage like on Ornstein and Smog, where like when you kill one, the other one would grow into a second phase and be stronger. That would have been so much better than this. Because when you kill one, you get to fight the other one until like a imaginary clock runs out, and then the other one comes back. And that is just annoying because it forces you to always like rush the fight, and I don't like it. Because this is a fight that shouldn't be rushed, because these two enemies are really smart and are really strong. So I think it would have been better if we would have added like a second stage to it. Like when you kill one, the other one, like first of all, two several health bars, and when you kill one, the other one would like absorb the other one, kind of like Ornstein and Smog in Dark Souls 1. Yeah, would have been so much better. But because it's just like a timing thing, I think it's just like an okay, and it's actually annoying. So I'm gonna go with like okay, because I like him separately, and actually you get to find him again on the Forbidden Frozen Land. There's a cave that you have to use like two, I think it's two stone keys, and it's a cave that is filled with the spirit color snail, and the boss fight is actually that. You fight one. I think you first fight the apostle, then you fight the noble, and then you get to kill the snail. You know, that one is actually better than the one that you fight at Crumbly Farm Azula, because you have to rush. It's just one on one, and then you get to kill the snail. That's it. Easy. Then we have Lynch. Do I want to do Lynch Dragon right now? Yeah, let's get it out of the way. Huh? Lynch. It's not on this list. Oh, really? It is not. Really? Wow. So this fight has something that I love and something that I really hate. This fight is actually like a... Okay. I want to skip the whole thing. This fight has like... It's kind of like a spectacle fight. Like the other main dragon that you fight on the game. It has Severance Aside, Nocron. Do you have to fight Nocron? Really? Yeah, I get. Yeah, it makes sense because you do need Ranis' thing. If Okay, so let's see if you show it properly. So you actually fight this guy. It's like kind of like I was saying before. You don't actually get to fight a lot of the bosses on their prime, and this is one of those bosses. You actually fight a version of it that is being consumed by the deathlight of Godwin, and B is on a dream sequence. So it's kind of like non-real, almost non-existent, like a dream playing shit. What it does have is that it's so cool. Like I said, it's not only is it an ancient dragon, it's a black ancient dragon, and it has deathlight, so that actually makes it harder. However, because this boss fight is on like a look at that shit. It is so cool, man. But because this boss fight is kind of like on a really obscure quest line, like it's really hard to find. By the time you get here, you have this. See? That you... Come on, man. You're actually really gonna... Damn it. I want to showcase this stupid boss, but you're one-shotting it. So, because of it being so obscure, so hard to find, it is most likely that by the time that you get there, by the time that you get to, by the time that you get to it, you might be way over level for it. So you might actually end up doing, like, hold on. Well, this is actually on a pretty good level. But all the time that I fought him, and most of the playthroughs that I've seen, it's actually like a really easy boss, you know, and it's such a shame because he's like probably right after Placido Sax and Elden Beast is the boss fight that has like the best spectacle, the best show around it, you know, because it has such a good aesthetic, good design, good, you know, all around it. Let's see if it does the. It didn't. No. But the problem is that it is so good looking, and yet you fight the entire battle looking at its feet, because that's how you fight dragons in this game, and I hate it. I really hate it. And also, it doesn't make sense that like all dragons take like I believe it's 2 times the same damage to the head, and on this one, he almost never has the head at the ground level. So unless you're using magic, or you're using incantation, you are most likely never going to hit his head. So it doesn't make sense, you know. And you fight almost all the stupid battle looking at his boss, and I hate that. I don't like it because you're missing the show, you know. So that's my main thing. That you one is such a beautiful boss, but it is kind of like wasted away by you looking at his feet. And 2, because it's such an obscure quest line, an obscure boss fight, you are most likely going to find it when you are way overpowered, and it makes the fight kind of trivial, actually. You know, where you're just gonna actually erase him quite easily. It might take you like a couple of tries because he has step light and lightning, so it might take you a couple of tries to get to it, but it's not going to be like Molania, where it takes you like 300 tries. It's not gonna be like Godfrey or like Radagon Elden Beast boss fight, you know? It is going to take you, it might kill you a few times, but it's extremely possible that you do it on the first try. I did it on one of my playthroughs. And it's such a shame because it's like I said, it's kind of like a wasted boss to me. Too bad it is so good though. I'm actually gonna put him on great, on top of great. I actually think it's better than Renala because it's better looking. It's one of those boss fights that if you are too of a level for it, my recommendation is that you take your time. Like, try to not attack as soon as you can. Try to, you know, wait it out a little bit just so you can see all the move and trick it has. Because it does have one particular attack. Let me see if he show it here. That it kind of like goes up in the air. It kind of summons like a sword of lightning, which is actually an incantation you can get when you kill him. Let me see if this guy shows it. No. There you go. Hold on, let's go back. That one. Look at that. The first time that I saw this, before I actually play Elden Ring, I was like, this is so beautiful. This is actually a boss fight. I was so excited to fight him because look at that. It's a dragon that uses a lightning spear. That shit is so amazing, man. And then when you get to fight him, it's like, oh, that's it. You know? That's it. That's that. But it's such a shame, you know? He is one of the... I think there are 3 main boss fights in this game that are purely spectacle. One being, of course, the Elden Beast, which is also hard-ish, you know? Then it's Placido Sax, which is the second dragon. And then it's this guy. Those are the 3 main boss fights that are actually spectacle driven to me. They're actually like a show. That they're amazing to fight because it's so good. The aesthetic is so good. The music, the sound effect. the whole experience. You know, it's like a ride fighting them almost. But it's too bad that he's actually kind of weak. What depending on when you find him. So next we have Malekith. I have a problem with Malekith because I believe his name is not Malekith. I believe his name is Malika. It is Malekith, but most people have this dyslexia thing that they call him Malekith, and it's Malika. See? And actually, if you go to the stupid wiki, it's actually Malika. See? It's fucking Malekith. And most people actually call him Malekith, and I hate that. Because Malekith is like a regular person ass name, you know, like there are people that are named Malekith. But there are people that are called Malekith, I believe. Some Renaissance bitch. But Malekith is such a good name. And most people have this dyslexia thing and they call him Malekith, and it's not that. Anyhow, so I don't know if I'm gonna do you right now because I have a few other bosses that I want to do first. Like, so I wanna do Red Wall of Radagon first. Yeah. So Red Wall of Radagon, I have like a mixed feeling about this boss, because one, when I first fought him, I was like under level. So it took me like a lot of tries to kill him until I used Bloodhound Step and then beat him on the second try. Because the problem is that he's so fast. And it's one of those few bosses that you can feel that the AI is like using like, you can feel that the Red Wall of Radagon, you can actually hit him when it wants you to get hit. You know, it's almost like he's like trading damage. You know what? When you're like, I'm gonna take this blow so that I can hit another one. You know, trade some damage. It feels like this guy is also doing the same thing. He's trading damage with you, and I like that. But then, like in old Elden, like in old From Software fashion, you then find one, two, three more of these guys. Although I believe the other ones are just called like Red Wolf, not Red Wall of Radagon. You find one behind Carrier Manor, I believe. You find one on the Forbidden Frozen Lands, and then you find another one in Noxtella, right out no Nagron, right at the entrance of Nagron. You find another one, and there are like weaker versions. Yes, they have the same move set, but you know, it kind of takes away from the experience. But I do like it. It's just, I think it's like top good at most. Now, let's go. Yeah, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna go with Malika. Malika, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go with Malika. He is. I have so many mixed feelings about this guy. This guy, Malika, because I absolutely love his first fight because he's so aggressive, he's so fast, and when you get used to him, he has like this dance dynamic, you know, like you're dancing around in the fight, like dodging and exchanging blows, and it's really good, you know. It has this dance dynamic to it. But then you go to the second phase, which is when you get to the actual fight. I'm gonna play the scene just to show you. Do you have? Please. Hold on. He has like a. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like uh the second phase but he has a really good transformation, like a really good, almost anime-like, like the raggedy clothes just burning away and showing you this huge beast in black armor, which in my opinion is one of the best looking armors in the whole game. It's so good, man. So good. The presentation, the show, lore wise, he's actually this Marika's stepbrother. He is actually to Marika what Blade is to Rani, which is the beast that is supposed to be tied to him by the Greater Will. I like it so much lore wise, but because he jumps around so much and he makes the fight so like vertical, I hate him so much. I hate fighting this stage to the point that I all the time I will be like I will fight one on one against the Beastman clergyman. The Beastman clergy? What's his name? Beast clergyman. I'm sorry. The Beast clergyman. And then when I get to him, I will summon someone, either the Great Shield soldiers or even Mimic. I don't care because I don't actually like this fight. I really don't because it's so annoying and some of his hitboxes are weird and clunky and I don't know. It's just weird for me to fight this guy. However, I do like him lore wise, so I think he's actually like a great, like top grade. Although I hate fighting him. Then we have who do we have? Who do we have? No, not Malenia, not yet. I'm gonna leave Malenia to the last. I'm gonna actually do it with yeah. Great. So let's get it out of the way. I'm gonna put like like Essia. We all know this is the hardest boss in the game. Let's not kid ourselves, please. Now, I'm gonna go with the first mock, the one that you found at the Shunted Undergrounds mock. What? Dude, come on. Oh. Oh, do you only have one mock here? Wow. Okay. So, the thing about this fight is kind of like with Morgan. That it is actually confusing when you fight him the first time because you're like, what's going on? Shut up. What's going on? And then when you get to the lore and you realize that there are actually projections of themselves, kind of like Margit is Margit because Morgoth is projecting itself on that bridge. The same goes for Mog. This Mog is just Mog, the Omen, because he's projecting from the Morwen Palace into this place for you to see him here. Hold on, wait. Where are you? Here you are. What I don't remember exactly is why is he protecting the entrance to the Three Fingers. I know I read it sometimes, a long time ago, but I don't remember why exactly is he there. So he's a good fight, but because you have Mog, Lord of Blood, this one just feels like kind of repetitive. However, I say I'm not gonna put him on great because he's I'm gonna put him on good. On good. Now, Lord of Flood, Mog. That's another story. I'm gonna actually let it play it out. Look at this. He has the second best soundtrack in the entire game, only matched by Radagon because he uses the main title one. Other than that, this would probably have the best soundtrack in the entire game. And I mean, he's actually like, I think my favorite right after Radagon, it would be Radan, Radagon, and then Mog. But not by far. I mean, Radagon is good because fight wise he's so good. But I think Mog and Radagon are really close to it, almost tied, depending on how I'm feeling that day, you know? But Mog is so good, man. And the Neely thing, you know, the fact that you have to use that specific tier that protects you from the Lord of Blood's curse, it's so good, man. So, so good. This guy's amazing. It's one of the best fights in game. I'm actually gonna let it roll. I'm gonna skip the cutscene because I want to. Listen to the music. Look at that. I'm gonna try to. You hear that? So good, man. So, so good. Mm. So, so good, man. And then you get to the counting part. Oh, man. This is one of the bosses that I always try to do co-op in because I like him so much. And this person is actually fighting him without the Mach Shackle. Oh, and he's actually fighting without the his potion. Wow, that's actually like a good accomplishment. He's so good, so so good, man. It's like I said, if the dragons and elven beings have had the best spectacle in terms of like visual spectacle in game, Mogs have the best audio wise spectacle in game. You know, the way he speaks, the music, the orchestra behind it is so good. So so good, man. Actually, let's just get on with it. Mog is by far. I want to put him right next to Radan. And then we go with the first guy here. So it's kind of the same, you know. You have Margit, which is a projection of Morgan. The problem with Margit is that so many people got stuck on this boss fight, and it is so amazing, you know. I do get why, though. Don't get me wrong, because Elden Ring was probably one of the first From Software games that appealed to so many people. So a lot of non-experienced guys ended up playing this game, which you know it's actually a good thing. I'm not gonna be like, no, I just want like hardcore fans playing this game. No, at all. However, I do understand why so many people struggle with Margate, which is also, I believe, the main reason why Miyazaki and From Software made it so as you can actually skip the whole fight. You can actually skip Margate and Godric's boss fight if you skip the entire Stormwind Castle. You have to go around it, but you do have to kill Renala and Radance or Rykar if you want to, in order to get to the Land of Capital. In order to be granted the access by the Round Table Hall, which I'm not sure if you actually do need to do it. I think you might just go straight ahead. I will need to check. I think you can go just avoid Margit and Godfrey, kill either Renala and Rykar or Renala and Radam, I don't know, and then go straight to the Land of Capital. I think you have to do that because I know you have to get 2 great runes before you do that. But anyhow, this is why I believe this is why they made it so you can skip this entirety, so you don't have to like fight Margit. But he has probably the best uh first boss entry, because technically speaking, even though he's not the first boss, he's the first main story boss. It's kind of like Gundyr on Dark Souls 3, or the demon, the silent demon on Dark Souls 1. And look at that entrance. Come on. So anime like. He does a superhero landing. Margit is so good. It is so, so good. In fact, he's so good that it only makes his second fight better. I'm gonna put Margit on grade, like lower grade, because I want to put Morgoth right away. I'm gonna put Morgoth on top tier grade. I'm gonna put it on top of him because Morgoth is actually one of the best characters in game. Only a few, in my opinion, top him. But boy, do I like him. You see what? Do you not show Morgoth either? Come on. How are you not showing him? You did not show Morgoth. What the fuck? Jesus. Morgoth. Anyway, like I said, Morgoth's fight is only so good because you get to fight him the first time, and by the time that you reach him, you are either like, why am I fighting this guy again? What's going on? Not this guy again. And then you either do like me and start reading the lore and see what the fuck is going on, and then you realize that he actually grew. What the hell? This is how to get, man. It is Morgoth. I don't know why you put another here. I'm gonna show I'm gonna show the cutscene. And just in case you didn't know this, he is actually Mog's twin. They are twin brothers. He's so good, man. That sword is so cool, man. So cool. This fight, man, is so good. But it's good because the first time you actually fight him, it's like, okay, this guy again, I know his moveset. But then, when his second stage arrives, he likes go full mode, like God mode, and God is he good. Look at that. That attack is so good. This guy is so good, man. So good. I love him so much. I wanted to show the second. There we go. That's the second stage. Look at that. God, man. And also the voice acting in this guy is awesome. I do think that it's kind of bad from software to put lines or dialogues on a moment of the fight when you're like so busy trying not to get squashed by this guy that you can't even realize what he's saying. And they do it quite a lot, especially with Margit Morga fights. Anyway, Morgoth is actually one of the MVPs of this game. We put it on top of the eight. Okay. Radagon and Elden Beast, you have to go all the way to the end. I think I'm gonna go with Fire Giant, which I once read that someone was like complaining like, oh my god, this is such a unique boss, and they'll call him Fire Giant, like such a generic name. And that's because there's no other giant in this game. Calling him Fire Giant is actually like it's almost like an insult to him. It's like a reminder of the, I think it was Godric or Radagon, one of the Elden Lords, actually killed him, killed all the other ones, and left this guy just like guarded as a guard of the Giant Flame Forge. So calling him Fire Giant because he's the only one, it's kind of like an insult to him, like you are the only one of your kind remaining because we slaughter them all. And you can see them actually dead all over the place. I'm waiting for the second stage. And also, this is actually one of the fights what I also like to use Torrent. Because he moves around so much that torrents actually makes sense on this fight, you know? He actually allows you to close the distance because he moves so much. Although I do think it's kind of unfair how they will let you only summon Torrent if you don't summon Alexander the Jar. And that I think that's stupid. I don't know why. But I honestly believe it is stupid of on the game's part not allowing you to summon Torrent if you summon Alexander, because it's not like Torrent is like a summon like a co-op summon. So it doesn't make sense. That will make that rule specific for this boss fight. But I don't know. Come on, I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting on the second stage. I won the second stage. Okay, here we go. So here, all fire giants get their power from the other god that is the giant flame, right? So in order for them to actually like tap into that power, that specific power, they have to sacrifice something. Which is why, right here, he sacrificed half of his leg in order for him to be able to summon the other god that inhabits within them all. It's just that since he is the last one, this is the only time you get to see him. So he is actually sacrificing his leg to be able to summon his god. It's like an offering to his god. And now you see him here. Man, it's so good, this boss. But like I said, this is one of those bosses that is like good lore-wise. You know? I'm gonna put him on great. I think just behind Renala. Because these guys are great because I like him. But these guys are great because I like him and they are good lore-wise. So that's awesome. So next one we have our boy. I'm gonna leave Rika for last. I'm gonna go with the same for Malenia. Okay, so let's go with Sir Gideon Ofnir. This actually is a fight where I was genuinely surprised because I actually liked Gideon's character. You know, it was a good one. I actually like his dialogue and the fact that he was like a fatherish to Nephili, and then he was like a tyrant. And then when you enter here and you fight him, it's like, you motherfucker! I actually felt betrayed by this guy. And I don't like how so many people actually cheese him, because you can attack him when you first enter the arena and just, interrupt his speech. And a lot of people cheese him with that, and you are actually able to like kill him right away. But if you let him speak and you actually fight him one-on-one, no, with a fucking mimic tier, he's actually a really good boss fight. And also, I didn't know this, but he actually gets more difficult the more remembrances bosses you've killed. So if you kill Malenia before you fight him, and if you kill Rykar before you fight him, he will actually use their abilities. He will use the Rod Bloom, which is the big flowery attack that she does, on the second stage. And he will use one of those flaming skulls of Rykar to actually hit you. So the more bosses you've killed up to this point, the more skills he's going to have in order to kill you, which is actually something that I find really, really good. So let's see. He doesn't have much health though. See, and he also uses his Mog's ability also, yeah. So the more bosses you've killed up to this point, the harder he's going to get. Or not harder, but like the bigger the range of spell he's going to have on this fight. And that is just so cool. But of course we have to cheese him with Mimic Tier and Dual Katana, so. See, look at that. He actually uses Malenius' rod. He's such a good fight, man. Too bad you have to cheese him. See, and that's Riker's attack. I don't like the fact that this guy let the Mimic Tier kill Gideon. I think Gideon didn't deserve to be killed by a fucking Mimic Tier. But anyway. So Gideon, I think he deserves like a upper A. Like, to me, he's above Renala, honestly. Just because he was like a character you were talking to, and then all of a sudden he betrays you and like, no, you're not gonna be the Elden Lord. I am going to be the Elden Lord. Fuck you. I like that. And now we have the Astals. Boy, do I have a problem with this guy. So, here's the thing. Astal is actually like the second. I think there's three gods you fight on this game. Marika and Radagon. That's one. Elden Beast, which technically is not a god. It's more like an outer god. Basil, which is, I think that's the actual description. Like the outer Will's Basil. But it's actually a god-ish type of boss. And then there's Astal. I think those are the only 3 times that you actually get to fight a god in this game. Although technically Malenia does become God of Fraud when you fight on the second stage. Because the thing is that Malenia, when you get her spell, the Bloom, it says there that if Malenia you unleashes the rod 3 times, she will become a god. Which is why when you kill her, and we will get there eventually, she said that you will witness true horror. Because she unleashed it once on Caelid when she fought Radam, which is when she decimated and leveled the whole Caelid, which is she's actually the reason why Caelid is such a horrible place. The second time is actually at that place where she's at. You can see when you first enter the arena that there's like a flower there. And the third time is actually on your boss fight. So technically you do fight her as a god. So that will make 4 gods that you fight on this game. And Astal is one of them. So the thing about Astal is that he's such a good reward for a good quest line. You know, fighting her as Rani, the Rani quest line. And she actually says that you need to kill the monstrosity that inhabits this area, yada yada yada. And then you fight Astal, which in my opinion is the scariest looking boss in this whole place, because it's almost like Lovecrafty boss, you know. It's like an eldritch entity kind of thing, and it's so good, you know. And the fact that he's at the end of a main character's quest line, like Rani, it's so good, you know. But then let's see here. Let me see if I can. Can you give me like a close up? Here. Look at that. Here. One, you can see here that this is the eye that I was talking to you about when we did the full-grown fallen star beast, because they are actually from the same species. If it's just that this Astal is actually became a god, and he's a fallen star that actually decimated the Noxtella and Nokron's city, the Eternal Cities, because they were cast away by the other will, because they were worshiping the stars instead of the other will. So they are cast away on the ground, and then Astal came in and actually decimated and killed them. I mean, to me, this is actually probably the most interesting boss of them all, because you actually don't know much about it. You just know that he killed 2 ancient civilizations, which only makes the second Astal much more annoying, because this one is actually like special, you know, because you see him at the end of a eternal city, and at the end of one of the most annoying areas in the game, which is the Lake of Rod, and which is also Ranis' last boss, last stage. So then when you go and fight the other asshole, which is Astal, Start of Darkness, where you are, and it's so annoying that you find him on like a regular cave, because that's what happened. You find this on a specific place. You have to jump through a lot of hoops to fight him. You have to find a really annoying place, which is a fucking Lake of Rod, you know, and you fight this monster, this like outer entity, like godlike thing, you know, almost like I said, like Lovecraft thing, monster. And then you go into a regular, a regular ass uh, cave, and then you find another version of him, Astral Side of Darkness, which it annoys me the fuck out the fact that he is actually stronger than the original one, and he has skills that the other one doesn't use, because this one, if you get him past half health, he will actually like multiply. He will use like a Naruto shit, like a shadow clones thing, and it's so annoying to make the copy. It's actually one of the biggest flaws in this game, story wise. The fact that you make the copycat of one of the better looking and better story wise bosses, and you just make him A, stronger, and B, just toss him on a random cave, you know? Maybe if you wouldn't put this guy on like Haley 3, you know, like as which is like a really hard area. But it's on legit, it's on on a random cave somewhere in the map. You just stumble to him by accident. And he doesn't even have a remembrance at the end. So you just beat him, it's like, here's your room, get the fuck out of here. I mean, I hate this boss so much. So much. It's actually fucking annoying. It is annoying, but just because I'm gonna put it on disappointed. Because, like I said, Astel, the real Astel, is so good because there's such a build up to him, and when you fight him, it's like you get what's going on, and then you just explore in a cave, and then you find another Astel, which is like finding another Millennia on a catacomb. You know, it just doesn't make sense. It's stupid. It's stupid, and it's annoying. Fuck it. I hate it. So, who's next? Oh, wait, no. Hold on. Astel, I almost made a huge mistake. Astel, Natural Born of a Void, goes on S. And fucking Start of Darkness goes on Disappointing / Annoying. Because at least he's, you know, stronger. So it's not like fucking annoying. You know what? I want to put on Annoying because he's annoying but not disappointing. He's just annoying. That's it. So next we have... I don't want to do Millennia. I'm gonna do Millennia right before I do Radagon. Okay? Okay. So let's go with our boy Rykard. The guy from the family. He's not here either? Come on. Oh no, hold on. He is Cat, devouring. Yes, here we go. Servant, yep. So the thing about this boss is that he is a gimmick fight. You are supposed to beat him with this Serpent Hunter weapon. Yes, you can beat him without it. It is much more hard, but you can. Right? You can. You shouldn't, but you can. However, it's not like in other Soulsborne fights that have gimmicks. That is, for example, Yorn on Dark Souls 3. It's also a gimmick fight, but it's like a really disappointing gimmick fight because it takes like 3-4 hits to kill him. This time around, he's well more balanced. He has way more attacks, and he has a second stage, which is so good. So good. And then you go and just mimic him to the ground. Come on. It doesn't make much sense, you know, to make him this easy. Although I do like the fact that you can actually see Rykard throughout the whole fight. But because you don't know it's Rykard, look right here. Because you don't know it's Rykard, you're not paying attention to it. But once you see the cutscene, you're like, oh, that's what that thing is on his neck. So I'm gonna actually make him. I'm gonna rank him also on S tier because I fucking love him. And but if Riker was just his first phase, I will easily put him on just great. But because he has a second phase, he goes all the way to S. One, because of the memes of the family and together. Just wait for it. Just wait for it. One thing though that I've never been able to like uh, get my mind around is I don't know whether I like his voice acting or not. Some days I do. I think he's good, but sometimes I think he's too cartoony-ish the way he speaks. Hold on. Let me up the volume. He's so good looking, such a cool boss. But I get so easily distracted by the way he speaks. I've never been able to decide whether or not I like his voice acting. Hold on. How many? Okay, you see, it's funny, but it's weird. I don't I don't know how to put it. So the second stage, so amazing. Because he's so aggressive. I kind of wish that on his second phase you couldn't be able to use the spear, but the problem is that he has like that lava pool around him, so you can't get close to him. So you have to use either the spear, or if you're a mage, you have to use like ranged attack. But I kind of wish that you could only use the spear on the first stage, and on the second one you have to use like a regular one, or maybe the first one. The second stage, the spear doesn't make that much damage. I hope he doesn't die until he shows the full stage. Come on. Do it. Look at this. Don't kill him. Don't kill him. There you go. Run. Then you're gonna kill him. Oh, I know. So this is why people call Riker the Satan of the Elden Ring. Look at this. Look at this shit. Look at the way he makes the stage. Look at that, man. It's so amazing. Actually, come to think about it, I think that this is actually one of those spectacle bosses that I was talking about early on. It makes so much sense. Anyway, let's get on with the next one. Let's go with Placida Sucks. Placida Sucks. What I like about Placida Sucks, then let's just get on with it, is the fact that he's so well hidden. You know, like you have to jump through a lot of hoops, like, and secret loops to get to him. And once you do, you get like this cool cutscene of him rewinding time, and you get to fight this almost like kind of like the name of the place suggests, like this crumbling dragon, crumbling god, who was actually Elden on his time. He was actually, when the dragons were ruling the world, he was the Elden lore of this version of the Lands Between, and he had the his version of the Elden Ring, which I believe is the one you can see on Malekith Arena, which is like a bigger version of of the Elden Ring that we have now, which only shows how the Lands Between is, on decay. And actually, he was supposed to have 5 heads, but because he is crumbling, he's decaying, and he's dying, you only get to fight 2. And in early stages of the game, it was rumored that you were actually going to fight him with 3 heads, and then at some point you will be able to like chop off one of its heads, kind of like what happens in Dark Souls 1 with bosses' tails, and you can cut their tails. It was supposed to be like that. You were able to fight. Actually, some like game miners found that there's actually his head is still there. It's just that it's like uh it's like, what's the word, it's like invisible. It's supposed to be like that. Now I know this guy doesn't showcase the full battle, but I'm gonna let it for a while, and then I'm gonna show you guys the best part of this fight. So this is what we have so far. While this guy is fighting, this is what we got so far on the rank. Okay, so we got all the meh looking bosses, all the disappointing ones, and the fucking annoying ones like the stupid 3 spirits and the asshole shit Lord of Darkness. We have the okay ones, which are basically just ones that you find throughout the game and have like a better version. Like the dragons have a better version. The Tree Sentinel has a better version. So the okay ones are ones that you find in the game, but they are kind of like obscure by the bigger and more powerful version. And then you got the good ones, which are which are ones that are either kind of unique or at least fun to fight, or ones that are good looking ones, like the first Mog or the first Loretta you find, or actually Godric. And then you got the great ones, which are the ones that are fun. They are kind of like well balanced fight, and they are rich in lore. And then we have the great ones, which in my opinion are one that have uh, good lore. They're difficult to fight, but not so annoying, and they are lore wise good on the story. Okay, so we have his second stage now here. I'll lower the volume. So you see how he's like full with like scars, and that's actually one of his heads. You can see 2 of them right there. He was supposed to have 5. That's because he's like the name of the place suggests, he's crumbling. He's like fading away. He's supposed to like be wasting away, but all the effort that is causing him to maintain the time loop he's trapped in. I do hope that maybe, I don't think this is gonna happen, but maybe on uh on the DLC when we finally get one, we get to fight him at its peak, at its prime, and it will be. I hope that they do a fight that kind of resembles or matches this Dark Intermediaries, because that's probably the best way to do a dragon fight. The Dark Intermediary is so good. It's really hard. Uh, and this one comes close to it. It does. But again, it's one of those bosses that when it would teleport or just fly away to the other side of the arena, you have to run after it. It's like, come on, man. Again, it's kind of annoying. I didn't know you can voice break him. Okay, so you didn't do the nuke. So I'm gonna show. Could you? I'm gonna show you guys. Let's see. No, that's not. noob attack. This is actually, in my opinion, the best attack that any game, any enemy in game has. This, even with Radagon, even with Elden Beast, Malinia, Rykar, even with Leech Dragons, there's not a single enemy that has a better looking attack or more amazing attack than this. Check this out. Because it's beautiful. So he will use the Lance Axe, and then we go, look at that. Look at the sound. It's so good, man. So good. I do hope that we get to fight him on his peak. I know that's not gonna happen, most likely, because I don't think From Software is going to like repeat a boss on the DLC. But it would be so good to fight him. And then we have, okay, so you are easily S tier. We know that. We have Godfrey. The shade is, I'm gonna put it on okay, or maybe lower good, because like I said, it's like a good boss that is obscure by its more by its stronger version. And then we have Godfrey. So Godfrey, wait, no, hold on. We still have a. So Godfrey, first Overlord. I'm gonna leave the cutscene played out because he has one of the best ones. Actually, this is a boss that I'm actually working on getting like a separate video to it, talking about the lore. Because the idea is not just to stream on this channel; it's actually to make videos of lore content on games. And I want to start with Godfrey. Even though he hates you, you know, even though he's going to kill you several times, he still takes his time to bid his son farewell, you know, to like put him to rest, and then he turns around and was like, oh, now it's some motherfucker. And also look at that. This is why I want to make a video about this guy. So you see how your character is called the Tarnish, right? That's because Tarnish is actually kind of like a species of people in the game. It's kind of like when you were in Dark Souls, you were called the Ashen One, which is kind of like the guy that can like die and come back, and die and come back. Here you call Tarnish because you can the Tarnish people can see the line that is supposed to be traced by the other wheel, guiding you towards where you need to go next, where it wants you to go next, you know? And we are descendants from Godfrey. So here, you can see that Morgoth actually fades away. See? And his line, he goes back to the greater wheel, I presume. But his line, this is Godfrey's line, leads you to you. So because he's a Tarnish, he can also see the line that the other wheel draws to guide him. And his line is guiding you towards you. And because he is a Tarnish like you, he can see it, right? So what is amazing to me in this particular boss fight is that, technically speaking, this is a boss fight against a boss fight. Because even though to you, Godfrey is the boss fight, because the other wheel is pushing him to fight you, you are his boss fight. So this is like a double boss fight, or a boss fight inception, if you will. Because you are fighting him of a boss, but at the same time, you are his boss. So that is mind-blowingly, and the fact that it's so obscure, it's annoying to me, because I actually have to read about it in order to find out about this. And it's just mind-blowing. And also has one of the best introductions. Look at this. Upon my name. Oh, no.
The Elden ring resteth close at hand.
What I don't understand is why he chooses to come back at this point. Why, after you kill a lot of people, after you kill Morgan and blah blah blah, and you burn the air tree, why until then does he chooses to come back? Why not before? That's what I don't get about this boss fight.
Alas, I am returned.
Look at that.
To be granted audience once more. Upon my name as Godfrey.
Notice how there was no music until he said his name, and the second he said his name, the music starts. Let me go back. Look at that.
Upon my name as Godfrey.
See that? That is such a good, good cutscene. Anyhow, this fight has the same thing that Malika's fight has, where the first fight it feels like a dance, like you're dodging and attacking and dodging and attacking, and it's so dynamic, it's so back and forth. But then the second stage arrives, and I just hate it because it feels so bizarre. I don't actually like his second phase. Second phase, it's actually so hard for me to avoid it. I never could actually quite get the hang of it, of his second stage, and it's so annoying. But lore wise, I love Godfrey. It's just I hate fighting against him. I hate it. Let me skip until we get to see his second phase. Let's go. Come on. There we go. Hold on. One more. And then stage 2. Which again, it is so cool. So again, lore wise, it is so good because Siraj is actually uh, what's making Horalu, which is the true identity of him, is making him Godfrey. So because Horalu was so barbaric, so on lore like, Marika created Siraj, which is kind of like the version of again like the beast type that we talked before, like Rani has played and Marika had Malika. Horalu has Siraj, which is actually not only like an inhibitor, it makes him more lore-like and more civilized, if you will, but it also serves him as a like a inhibitor of his anger in his actual armor. That's why when Siraj vanishes, he doesn't have any of the armor before, because the armor was actually the lion on his back. Siraj, so good. What I don't like about Godfrey is the fact that he feels like if you put a Street Fighter character on on a From Software game, I hate it. His moves are so weird. He has such a weird hitboxes. It's so, for me at least, it was so hard to dodge. I just don't like him. I like Godfrey. I just don't like Horalu. Although he he's like the embodiment of strength in this game. Like all the other character has like magic or like a curse or a demigods, but Godfrey is like human-ish. He's a tarnished like ourselves. So he's so strong that he actually became Elden Lord, unlike all the other characters. You know, that have like a god thing on them. Anyhow, let's go. Now I think we could talk about the hold on. Godfrey. Godfrey goes on great. He goes on great. I believe he has to go just because of lore wise. In my opinion, he goes above Morgan. Just me. He has to, right? Now we can talk about Malenia. Malenia. Malenia and whatever her name is. Hold on. Godfrey. Godfrey goes on great. He goes on great. I believe he has to go just because of lore wise. In my opinion, he goes above Morgan. Just me. He has to, right? Now we can talk about Malenia. Malenia. Malenia and whatever her name is. Hold on, let me pause this right here. I'm gonna check something first before we continue. Hold on, let me pause this right here. I'm gonna check something first before we continue. Anyway, so what Melania has on her favor is the fact that she is like she has a build up, you know, because you've heard about her throughout almost the entire game, and when you get here, it's like, oh, so this is the one everyone's been talking about, because you see that she beat Radan, and then she beat Morgan, and then she beat no Morgan, Godfrey, Godric. She beats Godric. So when you get here, you're like, oh, so this is the one we've been hearing about. So she has a really good build up to her, and that only adds up to the experience. But then you get to fight her, and mechanically speaking, she is like really hard. I'm not gonna lie, but she's also unfair because of two things. Oh, that's her name. Also, that the fact that she's undefeated until you come around and beat her, that's amazing. So, the the thing that makes her so unfair is that, let me show you. When she hits you, she heals. So that's one. That's a low blow because uh she's already hard because her moveset is really fast. Her second phase is really aggressive, and the fucking water flow dance is just annoyingly. But the fact that she heals when she hits you, it's, and even if you block, that means you actually need to dodge every attack if you don't want her to heal, which is really hard, especially if she does water flow attack, which she will do a lot. And the fact that the second problem with her is the fact that she has the water flow attack that she can do at any point in the game. There's not like a prompt, and she can do it back to back 5 times if she wants to, because I had it happen, and that is so annoying because avoiding it is really hard. It's like a specific scenarios where you can avoid it, but if you are like up close with her when it happens, it is almost impossible to dodge it. You can dodge it if you're like a skilled player, but most people, when they get close to her and she does the water flow attack, and you are really up close to her and you don't have the chance, nor the stamina to run away, it is most likely end game for you there. You're gonna have to. In fact, when I play with her and I see it happen, I'm not even gonna bother. I just let her kill me and I'm redo the fight again. So just for that, she's really, really unfair. But at the same time, she's, when you do beat her, it's like a real sense of accomplishment because of her being so hard. So I think she goes almost all the way here. I think I'm gonna put it right above Asel. Now Radagon, he's actually my second favorite boss. Only obscured by Radan because I like him. But the whole scene, the whole feel of the fight. This is one of those scenes where I never get tired of when I'm watching like in co-op or doing like new game bosses and stuff. It's just so good. And the implication of it, by the way, is so good. The fact that he doesn't speak, he just, because he's not there technically. She is being controlled by the greater will, so that's why he doesn't even speak to you. He doesn't even know you there. He's just fighting out of pure reflex, and that's so amazing, so amazing, man. So good. And the fact that, of course, you get to fight him with the main title music. Hold on, I'm gonna wait for it. Here it comes. I'm waiting for it. There it comes. It is so good, so good. And also, I think that color wise, it is so good that he does holy damage, which is represented in yellow and glowing yellow, and the rest of the arena is gray and dark, so that his attacks kind of like stand out from the other one, which is something that doesn't happen with Elden Beast. Elden Beast is everything is golden and it's not the same. He feels, in my opinion, he feels more powerful than the other beast itself, which is my main problem, which I'm gonna go right now. This pause right here, and I'm gonna put fucking Radagon where he should be, which is at the top of the pyramid. He's not my favorite, but I believe he is like probably one of the best uh, end game bosses that From Software have ever made, and it's so good, so perfect. The only thing that it actually takes away from him is fucking Elden Beast, which I love. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't like it. I don't like the Elden Beast uh, follows Radagon. I only think putting Elden Beast right next to Radagon only makes only diminishes his experience and his weight on the story. And the fact that you have to fight them combined at the same time, it's kind of annoying because by the time that you want to beat the game, you are so tired of Radagon. They're just like, yeah, sure, get on with it. I need to fucking fight the Loch Ness monster for in order to finish this game. So I think it would have been better if Elden Beast would have come before Radagon, which I don't think would have made sense story wise, or it would have been a separate fight. Like you fight Radagon, and then after you fight Radagon, you get they get to like release the character, and when you go to touch the Elden Ring, that's when you prompt the Elden Beast boss fight, because the cutscene is cool and all, but the fact that they are combined and you have to fight them together every single time, it only makes you annoyed at Radagon at some point. It's like I just want to get done with this so I can fucking fight Loch Ness monster to finish the game, and that's so annoying because Elden Beast is so well done, so beautifully done, it's so good. I actually love it, but I think they are a mismatch. I don't think you should have put Elden Beast next to Radagon, especially because Radagon is talked about throughout the whole game. Radagon and Marika are the ones that set the story in motion, and at no point you hear about Elden Beast. So when you fight it, it's like, who are you again? Oh, Elden Beast. Okay, so you have to assume it's actually the Elden Ring you're fighting, which it is. But at the same time, it's not good, man. I think it would have worked better if they separated the two fights. But anyhow, so that being said, I do believe Elden Beast is just a great fight, but it's not amazing fight at all. Sorry. He does have a cool intro, I'm not gonna lie. And the music is so good, so cool because it actually makes you feel like you're fighting some kind of like non-physical thing, which only is better when you hit it because it glows and it has this weird sound when you hit it. Like I said, it makes you feel like you're fighting like some kind of like astral being thing. But I don't know. It's a good boss fight. I'm not gonna lie. Don't get me wrong, but it shouldn't have gone attached to Radagon's boss fight because I think that they take away from each other in boss fight ish thing. There should have been a separated fight where you get like a bonfire in between. You shouldn't have to fight them together. So anyway, that's it. We went through all the fucking bosses of the game, which are a lot. And it only took us, what, 4 hours? How much time? Yeah, a lot. I don't know how much time exactly I've been on. Almost 3 hours, actually. 2 minutes to 4 hours. So Thank you so much to everyone who watched. The next stream is going to be most likely on Friday. I'm gonna be streaming again with our only sorceries run. I wanna try to see if I can finish a video that I've been working on by Friday, Saturday. And after that, I'll see if I stream again on Monday, and we'll see. We'll go from there. So thank you so much, and I do hope you like this video and click the like button and subscribe. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on